Good morning, good evening, everybody. How are we all? Hopefully, everyone's having a great weekend so far. Um, Gonna try to see if I can get to do some streaming out of my pack trailer room today. Um, Soon's been playing up again, so let's just hopefully it survives the show. So I'm gonna have a quick hello to everybody before I get on to the show. Who do I have here? Curly. Well, boy, there you go. Dave. Um, he might be already somewhere in the background. I'll have, how are you doing, Anthony? Nice to see you. Gary, up in the Highlands. Hopefully you're doing okay. Hope you're not too frozen up there with all the snow and that you had up there this week. And thanks for letting me know it snowed up there too. It was pretty freezing cold down here too. Yes, we do have, for the Americans over there, yes, we do have snow here. And it's been extremely cold up in the Blue Mountains, just west of Sydney. It was blanketed with snow, black ice, and everything else. And even the train stopped running. That's how much snow we had. Who else do we have? Daryl, how are you, buddy? Nice to see you on board. Kiwi Dave, welcome. You've been on the show once before. Nice to see you back here again. Steel Mill Modelling, how are you, buddy? I don't know your name, so you're going to have to throw it down to the bottom there somewhere. Rex Railroad, how are you, buddy? Nice to see you in here as well. Oh, crap. Bernard. How are you, Bernard? Nice to see you here too, buddy. John too, nice to see you here too. And anyone else that's in the background, hello to you too. Welcome aboard. We don't know what the show's going to do and how it's going to end up. We're going to try to go best way we can. Sorry, I haven't. I'll put out an apology to all the people that I normally view and stream and everything else in the last two that I've come to the channels in the last 2 weeks. Things for me here have been extremely hectic, nightmarish and whatnot with related. G'day, Ron, how are you? Related to a lot of that's related to the wreck that I had in 2020. And it's just been a complete mayhem for the last 2 weeks. There was a very important issue that I had to deal with that I got sorted out on Friday. Thank God everything's been sorted out. I will be able to drive again hopefully next week in my car. Because it came down to that the road authority down here wanted me to do a thorough medical and whatnot to maintain my heavy vehicle license as well as my car license. So that's all been dealt with, as well as had to go and get some tests done regarding my hand. Because I do have been having, as a lot of you guys have been aware of, been having issues with my right hand still, more so with these two fingers and my thumb. My thumb's been really bad. It's been that bad that it felt like it's going to fall out of its socket. I've been to the hand therapist, the hand surgeon this week. Apparently I've got to get some sort of injection and see how that goes for the next 6 weeks. Otherwise, I'll have to go and get surgery done on the thumb. Apparently, I'm not getting enough, what they call, there's a couple of vessels that go up in there. You've got your blood vessel, your nerve. And there's another vessel that goes up that lubricates your joint. And because of the crush injury and fighting with insurance companies, the crush is actually done, because they didn't get it done straight away. there's some damage being done to the nerves and whatnot going to the hands. These two fingers are going to, I might get a little bit more feeling back in it, but they're screwed. So I'll be able to go like that to everybody now, and I won't feel a thing. Well, won't be feeling as much. So I had to get that sorted out. My doctor's appointments are all over the place. They tell me one thing, and then it's like, turn up appointment. I'll go, no, you've got to come up tomorrow. So that's what my week's been this week, and trying to get some dental work done on Tuesday. That was another one, and yeah, I got it. I don't need to wear it today. It's not so bad, so I don't have to wear it today, Daryl. Went to the dental appointment, which was supposed to be Tuesday. I rocked up there nice and early Tuesday morning. I say, no, the appointment's tomorrow. So gone there, and it was a waste of time. I'll tell you what, for the price we pay for the dental services down here, I'm just going to save up, and once I get the authority to get to the US, I'll what do you call it, come over US and get it done over there. Hopefully some of the teeth will have held on to them. What do you mean I can't? No, I haven't gone back to sleep. No, it's not lunchtime yet. It's not 1 o'clock. Anyway, we've got this bloke down here in the bottom. I might as well bring him up. It's great. Now, g'day, Steve. How are you, bud? And
all right. So if I bring in a chart, you can point out where Artie touched you. Okay. Really? Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. Hey Artie. Hey everybody. How you doing? Hi, John from Skull River Valley, and everybody who said hi in the chat. But we had an emergency meeting. Artie will be talking to you about it later.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for the shipment of the icing sugar. It never made it. Again. You're really getting me into trouble. You really are getting me into trouble. But hey.
I don't need to get you into trouble. You do that on your own.
Yeah, apparently so, yeah. But hey. Yeah, it's been a fun couple of weeks. So again, even with you, Anthony, I'm really sorry I have not watched that many videos in the last 2 weeks. It's been totally and utterly crazy. I'm like you, Anthony, where I like to, especially the ones that support me, I like to go back and watch their videos of their content, comment on them and everything else. I just haven't had the time. By the time I'm finished, I'm worn out.
Right. Artie, the thing is, I mean, I know it's in our nature because I do the same thing to apologize, but we're friends. You and I can talk offline. Nobody owes anybody an apology. We don't owe anybody anything, but we feel obligated. Hey, these are my friends. I want to communicate. But those same friends understand when you're going through the stuff you're going through and you are not telling everything. You're just telling what you're willing to tell.
Yeah.
And it's when you're going through a rough patch, the fact that, hey, you still come on and try to communicate. Well, that's partly, I always call it selfish. It's partly for me, when we did that bit with for Chris's when Chris died, you and everybody were texting me like, "Are you all right? All right?" I said, "Yeah, that was my therapy. That was what I needed to do because I had so many close friends pass away recently. Too many close friends, and doing that live stream was what I needed. Guys are like, "Hey, if you need to talk, I said, "No, I need to do this and just get it out there." But, and then we're dealing with Joyce's stuff and you're dealing with your thing. We all, it's not to dismiss it, but we all go through that. So we all understand it when you're not the Artie that you usually are when you're not dealing with shit. We're two different people. There's who we are and who we are when we're dealing with shit.
Yeah. Like I'm getting out. Like by the end of the day, I sit down and watch the Giggle Box. The idiot box at night and lay down. I mean, there's been a couple of times there I've just lay down, fell asleep, and started snoring so loud that the little rabbit comes up and started like you're snoring. You know, it's more or less her way of saying, fuck this. Piss off the bed, will you? You're making too much noise. I can't sleep here. Yeah, Bernard, I am. Yeah, it is like a cortisone injection that's going to go on my thumb. It's been approved by the insurance company. I've got to make an appointment tomorrow. So, what have I been building? Steel mill. Well, I haven't done anything the last 2 weeks. I have done a little bit of touching up at that far end, which you guys will see eventually. G'day, Heath. How are you? Anything I have been doing a couple of things. I haven't been completely not modelling. It turned out all right, but it's gone to shit. You guys might remember I got these reefer vans, and what I've done is I put one of them is my old company logo. I'll just bring it up.
Oh, it's kind of cool looking truck.
Yeah, using my old company logo on the fridge van. Sadly, this never made it onto the fridge van, but that's what it would have looked like on the van. But for some reason, this paper that I've used, because it's not decals, I can't get a seal for the decal. The paper's lifted off, as you can see here. So I'm going to have to redo it. But it brings it up quite smartly. It doesn't leave it plain white. I've got one more of these trailers. But what I would like to do to that one is, Creepy would know about this, Gary. There was a chicken nugget chip company or brand known as Chickadees, and I had a contract to cart Chickadees, and with the purple Kenworth that I had a Chickadees trailer to go behind it with the chicken and whatnot on the side here, and I wish to do that with the other white one that I have. And here's another. This one also. This is an old company here in Australia. This is the first company I subcontracted to.
That's cool.
It started back in 56, 57. Carting refrigerated produce around the East Coast and down into Tasmania. Their main contract out of all was Streets Ice Cream, which was actually originally a local company here that's got multinational. They've been sold out. But we also did a lot of stuff for KFC at the time, or Kentucky Fried Chicken at the time. They had the line haul contract and the distribution for a company called Ingham's Chickens, which supplied to Kentucky Fried Chicken here in Australia. So I thought, yeah, that'll be neat. I'll do some more of these up. I mean, this trailer's too modern for the company, because the company folded up or changed names in the 90s, mid-90s. But what I want to do is I want to do a modern version of this with, well, we are talking trains. This is all going to go on the layout, so it's all part of train talk tonight. Heath, give it time with the show only just started. But yeah, I'm going to do a B-double version for this. But I'm just waiting for the other trailers to arrive in Australia so I can grab them, and I'll have to modify them to do the B-double setup. As you all know, I had some stuff go missing. Oh, look, troublemakers, yeah, there's a lot of troublemakers that keep following me around. I don't know why I seem to attract them, but hey, if we all get into trouble together, at least we all can go to the same jail all together. Well, I knew I had some lampshades and whatnot, and yes, we are. We are a but we're very. Oh, let me get out of this. We are a large company, and there's a large country. Sorry, and there is a lot of isolated towns and whatnot to get around, and because of our rail network isn't as big as the United States, we rely on the trucks to get, especially the central part of Australia and the outback. Yes, we do have a couple of main lines, but they still do not supply all the townships. So the trucking industry in Australia is a big thing. It has been proven with the way things are here in Australia. To transport things by rail, it is too slow and too expensive. Because you've got to pay for the truck to take the stuff to the rail yard, and you still got to pay for the truck to pick it up from the rail yards and do the distribution and bring it back. But the busiest one in Australia is Sydney and Melbourne. For a container of produce and whatnot to come up from Melbourne to Sydney, it takes 24 hours minimum from door to door. By road, it will take 13, 14 hours. And it's a lot more, and it's a lot quicker. And when it comes down to commodities like food and building supplies and whatnot, it does what you call it. Yeah, we need to get supplies across, so to speak. Anyway, I had an issue with my washing machine. A little rabbit ended up biting it, and last week you guys see my mark. I found some lights that I've misplaced, and I've noticed that I'm missing some lights, and found some more lights. These are my lanterns. Which are basically, I'll get one out of this. Okay. I bought some of these, thankfully, and I've got 2 packs here. 2 different types. I knew I had some somewhere, and they were sitting on the table or sitting in the packet. So I got my lights. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to do things. I'm hoping now that a lot of things are settling down, I can start finishing off this. The sketches and drawings and whatnot I've been working on my layout. They are almost, I'm almost finished with it. So I can start constructing. One of my neighbours is a carpenter. He's going to help me with a bit of the woodworking and putting it up. He's finishing his carport up now, so once he's finishing that, he's going to come over and give me a bit of a hand with the carpentry in stages as I need it. So that's going to be good. Yeah, there are still, Bernard, there's a lot of old carriers around. If you can't find them, same as what I do here, we do here. If you can't find them, make it. Okay, these are bottom trailers, but they're easy to kit bash and change them around to look like what used to be back in the 40s and 60s and whatnot. But I try to model roughly from the mid-60s right up to about 90s. So, g'day, Ian. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you on
Hey,
board. So yeah, okay. I'm going to do something I failed to do, which I've been a naughty boy. I'm going to put up a link here. I've got to start finishing off. I've got to start finishing off this section here. One of the parcels that I'm waiting for from Atlas, US, is a signaling system with more components and whatnot on it. We finally worked out how United States Postal Service do their dispatching to Australia, sending their items across. And it's quite simple. Don't go by the tracking, it's not accurate because it is what they call predictive scanning. What they do is they blindfold themselves with a chart and a map of the country where it's got to go to and throw the dart for it. So where the dart lands, that's where the item comes into in Australia. So my item ended up coming into Melbourne eventually. After we said, hey, where is it? Because it was still sitting over down the road from Heath's place in New York. Mysteriously turned up. It wasn't in Sydney at all. It was still sitting in New York, and it turned up in Melbourne. 900 miles down to the south. Yeah, so so we are slowly. Once I get that, I can, before I shut down the section behind me, shut it down. I'm going to be experimenting with this. G'day, Ken. How are you? I'm going to be experimenting with this signaling system, so I know how to put it all together when I start expanding and know how to set the wiring up. It's supposed to be simple. It's supposed to be a simple system of plug and play, with a little bit of wiring, like with block detection and whatnot. Because I am a little bit more advanced and got a few little more mod cons than some other people have. That's the way I like to have it. Yeah, no, it's all right. It's all right, Jeff. No problem. But I just want to make it nice and simple. I don't want to rely on a computer program like JMRI to do my automatic signaling. And this system that they got from Atlas is quite a simple setup to hook together. So far as what I've read per instructions. I am going to set my layout out so I can just plug, screw in my components as add-ons as I go. So you guys will see what I do. I will share the progress and everything else that I do and how I'm doing it. I'm actually looking forward to it, but I really need to pull my finger out if I do have to have a surgery on my right hand, which the feeling I'm having, I probably will be. I've got about 5-6 weeks to get the track work up. At least to get the track work up in the 6 weeks, 6-week period and wired up and ready to go. So I've really got to knuckle down and get to it. But the biggest problem I have, my biggest problem I'm having is trying to get the height up in here. I want to put a hidden staging underneath where I can park all the trains up. But because of the tortoise motors, because as I said, I want to use the one brand of tortoise. G'day, Dave. How are you?
oh, hey, Dave. How are you there?
Nice to see you, Sneak in. I know there are smaller motors like the tortoise motors, but I want to stick to the one type. So in case something fails, I've got spare ones here, and all I do is unscrew it and put the new one in. I don't want to be shopping around and going, oh, geez, this is not, I can't get space for this, I can't get space for that. So I've got to figure out the height and I've got to work out the mapping. I don't want it too thick. I want the layout still to be at eye height. The thickness that I'm canning is going to be way above my eye height. So that's what I've got to work out in the next couple of days.
So you want it at eye height while you're sitting there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're going to, okay.
Yeah, I don't want it, like at the moment, I'm at a good height. I don't want it to go up to here where I've got to stand up.
Right.
I want to be lazy, sit down and see everything from where I'm sitting here. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just, I guess I'm comparing it to where I'm at, like where I'm sitting, and basically my, if I were to move over, my layout comes to about here, where when I'm sitting upright, my level is here, and I like this where I have an angle down that I can look over and see. If I'm at eye level, you get a much better view of what you've done scenic wise, but when you're running trains, that's why I have my computer anyhow, so I can see everything happening at once. But it's everybody's going to have that preferred height. I know.
Well, see, the height that I have the layout in at the moment, I'll pop this down.
Okay.
The height that I have this here at the moment.
So you're several inches lower than I am.
Yeah. Now this is done up at the desk height. The desk that's going to be going into here.
Right.
Where the computer is now. The table I'm working on here now is going to be removed. And the height of this table, my layout, and it's good height. I can actually have a track hook up into the turntable onto my desk. And it's going to be the same height. So I can be doing a test train. Once it's finished, like as a lot of us know, there is a lot of fine parts along these models now. I don't want to handle it too much, and I want to be able to let it go onto the turntable and into the service.
Now there's an idea, Artie.
Well, I've already. That's also been planned where it's going to go. That is also. I am going to. What was I going to say to Bernard? Yes, that's what I'm going. That's what I want to do. I want to get the track work up and going before my surgery. If possibly I need the surgery, I want it up and going so I can run around. Scenery I will deal with later, if that makes sense. So it's going to be basic skeleton woodwork or whatnot, but you can always do scenery one-handed, so to speak. I did the scenery on here, on this layout here, single-handed. So
right.
As long as I get the track work done, I'm happy. But this is a good height. It is going to be a little bit deeper behind me because there is going to be 3 tracks hidden underneath. There's a reverse route that comes up. But I just got to need to have enough gap between the point motor and, or the switching motor and where the track is.
Mm-hmm.
But I want everything enclosed because I've got that little thing called a rabbit that likes to, this rabbit here likes to play with wires and pipes. She's already pulled out a couple of wires in the background there, which I have to find out where they went. And then she had a nice little project in the laundry. She snuck up behind the washing machine, and because there was this, the drain hose,
right,
vent cycle. Well, that hose was in a way from her scooting behind the washing machine, so she decided she was going to chew it to get out of the way. So you can imagine when I end up doing the laundry earlier in the week.
Well, that's where you're you have to learn to spray certain. Why are we echoing? You got to spray certain smelling devices like pepper spray or peppermint that discourages them from chewing on it.
I told her I fixed it up now. I think I could get the right size hose for it. No.
She's either going to bite into a wire and become fried rarebit, or she's going to chew a hole and cause a flood.
Randall chewed a wire once, the last one out the back one, the Randall that I had. She chewed on the wire. She had her whiskers and all that fried and whatnot. And she felt so sorry for herself for about 3-4 days. Every time she saw a wire or cable, she would not touch it. But we come to an agreement. As long as it's not in her way, I can have it there, like where they used to scoop. But if I was, like I used to have a laptop out in the lounge room there, and if I was not giving it enough time or the cable's in my way, she'd pick it up and toss it out and go, look, that's enough. So yeah, we're hey, passing by you. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. G'day, Mystic. Mystic's got a question. Should I dare ask what it is?
Why not? You only live once. Unless you believe in reincarnation.
Yeah, I'll be a walk guy said, "Oh, Sparky, how are you, buddy?"
Here.
I have intentions of putting cameras around the layout. I'm going to use these. I'm just going to have to upgrade my computer. Unless I sneak over to Anthony's place and borrow his. I'm going to get these little webcams and place them around strategically. I would have to have some nice in the staging area. But one thing I like about this, it's also got a...
And then get your USB extension cables.
Oh, yeah, I've got plenty of them. It's actually got a knob. What is it? Why ain't you working? So it's not working because it's not plugged in. But it's actually got a light on it too. So in a dark areas, like in a hidden loop, I can actually turn the light on and use this. Okay, what's going on? What's going on? Okay, what did I miss? Did I miss the question? He hasn't asked me the question yet.
Merkland C track, Mystic, but you don't want to go down that route. Or you can get Tricks, which is the same thing but 2-rail, but it's not realistic for the purist.
Yeah.
Easiest turnouts to operate.
Okay. This camera here, they do come on a special down here at Office Works. And they're roughly about 40 between. They go from about $40 to $50 each. And the thing is, I don't have to wait 2 weeks for postage. All I've got to do is just go in there and pick it off the shelf. And to get cameras like this, I've got cameras here. I've got the cube cameras. I've got these little mini cameras from, like this little one that I wanted to put on the train. This one here. It doesn't bloody work.
Was it supposed to be Bluetooth or Wi-Fi?
No, you got to put a card in it.
You got okay, but I mean, it doesn't. Does it need to be wired in, or is that something you can put on the train and it goes around your layout?
Yeah, I can put this on the train and go around.
But it doesn't allow you to live stream with it, like you could have, like with my GoPro, where I could add the GoPro into my live streams.
No, you can't. I do have one of them, but I haven't managed to get that going because I need to get through my phone first and whatnot. I've got this one here. I'll work at this later on.
Yeah, those all, the one you're holding in your hand right now, those always come with some odd, bizarre app you have to operate with, and then the app isn't always read by Streamlabs or OBS or whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a problem I'm having with this one. Right? So, not much crap. Don't like it. This one here cost me $20, doesn't work. These Cube speakers, Yes, you can get them on Amazon and whatnot. I do have a couple of these on. 10, $15. I'll go to J-Car, they get the same ones. If they don't work, I'll go back up there and they give me a replacement on the spot. I like to deal with my local shops, keep them going, because it's good to have a local shop, because then you can actually just pick it up, have a look and go, yes, that's what I want. If it breaks down and fails, you can go back to your shop and go, hey, this doesn't work. Can I have a replacement? And 9 times out of 10, you can get a replacement on the spot.
Because I haven't used this cube in a long time, but this one can go on my layout and film. It can record, but it cannot be used as part of a live stream. But these Polaroid cubes were fantastic.
Yeah.
I probably should do a couple of cab view rides again. But the GoPro I can add into my live streams. But with the GoPro, you have to add what we call a proxy server. You actually have to do 3 steps, because GoPro has its app that works on your phone. But then you got to get your phone connected to your computer, if that's what you're going to broadcast from. Because even if you got Streamlabs on your phone usually can't handle. You want to show you want the camera. You've got 2 cameras in one phone basically, and it doesn't work. But like the GoPro lets you stream live from the GoPro if you wanted to. But I like the GoPro. But what I have is a proxy server. And basically, that's why there's a 3-second delay when I use the GoPro on my layout, is because basically the GoPro sends it to the phone app. And then I have a link on my computer through a thing called Mona Server. Mona Server acts as a proxy server that converts the signal from my phone to my computer once I set up the IP address. But the problem is OBS doesn't read Mona Server, but VLC, the video player, VLC reads Mona Server, and OBS reads VLC. So I go camera to phone, phone to Mona Server to VLC, and then VLC to OBS. It's actually real easy to set up, but it is a tedious process the first time you set it up.
Yeah. But see, I prefer just a simple plug, basically, and sorry to say it this way, more or less plug and play. I don't want to be messing around with 2, 3, 4 different programs just to buy a camera. Mystic, I found you were talking about the simple turnout with no fuss turnout and wiring. The easiest and most simplified turnout. I know there's a lot of people in here that don't like. Yeah, he's got one. But let's go down the affordable level. Sorry, buddy. I mean,
You're talking trains. The word affordable and trains don't belong in the same sentence.
Well, they can. The brand that I've actually come across that's cheap, reliable, and simple to use is the Pico Tracks from UK. Use the insulated flops. Okay, I find them the easiest and the most simple track to use. That's all I use on my layout now. They're a lot simplified for wiring. Yes, you can add extra to it to give you a bit more juicing. Oh shit! Somebody else found the.
I heard you guys talking about me, so here I am.
Who was talking about you? Nobody missed you.
Yep, I heard there was a lot of questions for me. Am I derailed? I sure am.
I can't dig it out. I'll dig it. Have a look at one of my videos, Mystic. You'll see there is a jump wire where you got to put in to drop down as a feeder, just to make sure you've got the continuity where you got, I don't know, can't remember the actual words, but where you got the blades for your connection, your power connection, you just drop a couple of feeder wires there. There is, in one of my earlier videos from last year, it actually shows you how to do that. You may need on the frog just a little bit, put a little bit of clear nail polish to prevent a short, but I've never had issues with Pico Point. They're a lot easier. I can put it in its spot and off I go. I put 2 live frog turnouts a mile out, and all I had was problems and headaches, and when your brain's not functioning properly.
But does he want, he's saying no wiring. I don't think they've invented Bluetooth or Wi-Fi yet. I'm sure within 5-8 years we might have something like that, where you will have turnouts that are basically Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, and you don't have to wire anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that would be pretty cool. I agree with you
minute.
there, Anthony. That would be pretty awesome.
Pico track doesn't need, the insulated frogs do not need extra wiring. What you got to make sure is where you got the blades that they connect to the rail properly, but they do not need extra wiring. You plug them in, join them onto the track, and off you go.
Because when we're talking about, he mentioned simplest. All right, well, simplest is manual control, and then really pick and choose what company's track you want to use. Manual control, just go over there and flip the lever. But the minute you're going to have it automated somehow, whether you're going to automate it in DC or digital, you're going to involve wiring, and you're going to have something insulated somewhere, whether it's an InsulFrog itself or the track itself, however you set it up. And most people that use Pico InsulFrog always talk about they change the wiring dynamics on it. They come pre-wired, but they move the wire because they ran into issues with it, at least the UK guys.
Well, I know with the Pico tracks, the way that, they have made some little improvements, more so when you remove the spring for those that want to put tortoise motors in them. But they're simple, easy tracks to work with. You can, and they made it so that you can actually have options to run. Say down the track, you want to automate your system and put point motors on it, or you want to put those, what are they? Burst Hobbies, turnout levers. Mm-hmm. It's set up in such a way that you can put anything on it, and I've been using Pico track with Pico points now for 38 years. Never had dramas. I did have some dramas only because I handled it roughly, but
and by never I mean a few.
Yeah. But apart from that, no, I haven't had any issues. And they're the easiest. They're packed away at the moment, so I'm not going to go down there now and dig it all out and make a mess of the place again.
Hey, Artie, I didn't hear a word you said. Can you repeat that? What ones do you use?
Pico.
Yeah, that's what I use. Yeah, that's what I use. Yeah, and I've said it several times. You see the trains run behind me. They're not running today because I'm just being lazy, but I can turn them on right now and they'll all run. Each side of the layout, those 60, 70 cars are running through probably 24 switches. They're all Picos. Period.
Yeah.
They're all electric frogs. I just wire a positive and a negative, and that's it. That's all I do.
Well, exactly. And as I said, you go for the insulated frog. Unless you got two, if you got two double tracks, like a double main line, then when you got your crossover point, your crossover turnouts, your crossover, you got to insulate the two tracks there.
Yeah, you have to insulate. Yeah, you have no choice. You have to insulate. You have to insulate
and separate the two circuits.
Yeah.
Right.
And
but
yeah.
still, you throw the turnouts out.
Yeah. You know,
It works.
I mean,
But
look at Anthony Dodge's layout. I don't know how many switches he has when he's running his trains are going through, but I've never seen a problem with him running his trains. You know,
Marklin's got a good brain.
I have 2 points that are problematic in the American system. They're called the long, narrow ones, and I use them because American makes 2 basic turnouts or points, whatever you want to call them. Yeah. There is the standard, and then what they call the long, narrow. And the long, narrow, I was told by my friends in Germany, avoid it. But when I designed my layout, that fit the best, so I went with it, and I've got some trains that do not like them, and basically it causes a micro short because the way they're designed, the third rail ski that all American trains or AC trains have, that little third rail ski underneath will click on something, but it's a short that lasts like really 5/100ths of a second. You just see if you watch my if it's the wrong train, because I have certain trains like, okay, this locomotive cannot run on this one because it crosses that point.
Yeah.
Which is what everybody that watches my live feeds knows I'm always talking about. In fact, I'm doing it tomorrow, and I'm ripping them out tomorrow and replacing them with standard, but I don't know how much it's going to change. But my system, the American system, which is 3 rail, that's the easiest. Whether you want to be,
that's more simple.
The price in the track is not as realistic. Now they have the same system in standard track, which is American's K track is code 80. Well, all American track is code 83 or code 100. Brain's got to go back and remember that. But, there is American K track. I use American C track, which I've shown many times, is that pre-bedded, pre-base, ballasted, gray stuff. Because in Germany, you have a lot of areas where that's exactly what the ballast looks like. But it's not realistic to the Super Pro.
Hey, AJ, how are you? But
hey,
still,
AJ.
but you're what you're saying.
It's the easiest one. You're guaranteed power through it. You don't have to run dropper wires. Everything is done right underneath the track. It's plugged in right underneath the turnout, the motor, and if you want to run the decoder tube, it's all pop right there. And
the best part of the 3 rail system is you don't have to worry about
insulation. You don't have to worry about
insulation. You don't have to worry about reverse polarities when you have reverse loops,
or even joining 2 loops, making sure all this is powered with 2 wires.
Yeah,
this is all powered with 2 wires from my central station 3 into the middle of the track, and then the power is consistent all the way through. Yeah. No, I lied. I did run extensions into my parking area way over there. It has its own additional tie off of.
Okay, you two. I'm going to have to separate you two. Okay, Anthony, let Artie talk. Artie wants to say something.
But see, look, Mystic, you got Atlas. Okay, I haven't used Atlas, but it's very similar to the old Tyco and whatnot. They're simple as well. As long as they are insulated floats. Another brand which is a bit more pricey but a very durable brand, very simple, and that's the Fleischmann brand. It's a European brand. And then another one. You don't need fancy point motors in. They've got their locking system in.
Except you won't find them anymore. Fleischmann stopped making their HO track 3 years ago, and it is murder to find on the internet. I've got a couple of friends that are looking for it because they stopped making it.
Oh, really?
Fleischmann is N scale only now. Since 2018.
Well, because some of their suppliers or retailers are overpricing their stock. But we won't go there. Another brand is Roco, ROCO. They're another good brand, and they've got a big variety. Air doing plumber. I'm looking at doing. I need to get some more, but they are pricey. the Ryco ones have very nice curved radius turnouts for big radiuses. But I'm looking at about $90 to $100 Australian. A simple turnout, but they're very nice. It's packed away. I can't get to it. But Pico is affordable. It's durable. You can walk on it. You can drive a truck over it. And I'm talking about a proper semi-trailer. You can drive over the top of it, and the chance of it breaking is very, very slim. As well as the track as well. I've driven my trucks over my layouts before. It was in the way. It was too late to get out the truck, wasn't it? But it goes to show you how durable the brand is. Okay, still milk. The reason why I haven't mentioned Walther's crack is it's not commonly available here in Australia. It's not commonly available around the world, where you can go into basically any corner store and go, right, I can get Walther's. I can get that. The most common brands that you see, particularly here in Australia, is your Pico brand and your Atlas brand. Right? They're the most common brands. Walther's, I do not know because I have not bought any Walther's crack. For me to get Walther's cracks here, I've got to buy it from the US. And again, I like to support my local store. He brings a track in there for me. I'll go up to see him. If there's any issues with that track, I'll just go, right, this one's faulty. Give it to him. I'll get a new one and he gets a replacement. It's good. It's convenient. You get stuff online, but you need to look up your brick and mortar store. Because we've got a saying in a lot of places: if you don't use it, you're going to lose
it. Hey, Artie, take me out.
What?
I'll come back. Artie, take me out. I'll come back in, bro. Just take me.
Okay. You want me to kick him out? I'll kick him out.
You know, the problem is you can watch 10 live feeds. It's always the dangerous question in any hobby. What should I use? Because somebody loves this and somebody loves that. This person hates that one. I had problems with, in the end, you got to pick one and kind of work with it, unless you go with what I did, which was Track for Dummies. But again, you make compromises.
Yeah, I know. Like we always have a joke. I think you might be still listening in the background here with Heath. There's always this thing about NCE and Digitrack systems.
Yeah.
Right. But that goes back down to same as Ford versus Holden or Ford versus Chevy, so to speak.
Yeah. And
right?
even in the train community, pick your country and argue brands.
Yeah.
Now, versus MTH versus this company versus, this one and this one. American versus whatever. AC versus DC. We always find something to, as much as we talk about community, we always find something to be divided up on.
Yeah. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, guys, please hit the thumbs up so we get the algorithm going up a bit. It's been a bit all over the place. When I came for me to choose my system, one was the price factor, but then again, we are paying. It was quite expensive. I had a choice with NCE at the time and Digitracks. And I looked at the two. Both of them are pretty good. I was honestly looking more towards Digitracks. And then when I started asking around, shopping around, my biggest problem was the retail and supply that was here was double the price to the NCE unit. Now, if something went wrong, I had to send it overseas to US to get it fixed. And that could take 6 months. I'm not going to have my lad sitting around for 6 months when he doesn't have to. Right? The NCE one was a little bit cheaper, well, hell of a lot cheaper at the time. What sold me there was he had all the components that I needed in the one place. I didn't have to have it shipped from US. Okay, I ain't buying stuff from US, but he had everything that I needed there. I had warranty help there as well. If something went wrong with the system, it gets fixed in-house because he's an authorised repairer. And that sold me to NCE. And then 80% of the clubs in my area use the NCE unit. And as I say, all you need is this controller to take with you when you go to the club. That's what sold me. I can get all my components under the same roof. If my system fails, I take it up to him up in Sydney and I have it back within the week or two. I don't have to wait 3 months for it. That's what sold me. But both of them has goods and bads. The thing that I don't like about the NCE is the instructions are only the instructions can be they're missing half the instructions on how to do the program of some of the components and some of the accessories. It's the only thing that I've got issues with it. Like they say you can do the automated signaling using the mini panel and the block system that they have with the new signaling system. Where's the instructions? There's no instructions for it. And then when I go up looking for it on YouTube, I've actually had a hard time finding the instructions or seeing anyone knows how to do it. Some people have used their Digitrack system to get it going. Yeah, that was fine. But at the end of the day, I'm like, no. I want something more simplified where I don't want just plug it in, hook up my wires to it and have it working. And I think I've actually found it. Yeah, it's all right, mister. You can ask us questions and most of them may be answered depending on what the question you ask. Oh, where did you go, Daryl? Look, he's probably having issues again. But yeah, I mean, everything's got their goods and bads. I mean, Ford and Chevy, they both have their, well, Ford and Holden, they both have their differences. I mean, but it all came down to, for us here, the difference between Ford and Holden is who comes first on the big race that we have here, which is Bathurst 1000, which is basically 1,000 kilometres race, which is a 4-day, whoever comes first out of them two. But yeah, so hopefully this week I can really get stuck into finishing up the touching ups and experiment with the signalling. Hopefully you haven't made him upset, Bernard. I'd like to put you in the sin bin for that one for 15 minutes. If you have, I don't know what's going on with it. That's not that bad. Yeah. So, yeah, Dave, I don't know who does a friendly crossovers for DCC. I don't know. I just do my own. out of the track. Using a Pico track, I'll just use that. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Hey there, Trackside Mike.
All right, sorry about that. I'm a little dark right now. Hold on, let me fix it.
Oh no, you're right. No, we're not fussy.
I was having camera issues.
You're wearing it out. You might need a new one.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. So what have you been up to anyway, Darryl? I saw you had your show. I did try to get it a little bit of it, but as I said, it's been a hectic week.
Yeah, like Anthony said, just exactly like Anthony said. Look, we all understand, Artie. We know, and we're all for you. Really, we understand. Me, it's just been super hot here in Southern California, and I'm kind of tired of it. So, other than that, we've been trying. Dave and I and AJ have been trying to come up with a name for, well, what I originally called West Coast Wednesdays. So, we're still looking for ideas for that West Coast Wednesdays for us guys. Anybody have suggestions?
I don't know. West Coast Wednesday sounded like a cool name, but I like a little alliteration.
Yeah.
Well, I've been tossing about playing with the idea of a new name for my weekend show. Because it has been getting quite wacky there a few times. Becoming more wacky and more frequent. I don't know where all the crowds are at the moment. They run away. They're probably still recovering. Takes them
It's a good time, Marty. It's a good time. I mean,
And yeah, well, I think it is too. I mean, at the moment, it's still a good time here. It's early-ish in the morning until our daylight saving starts, and hey, that's an idea. Why Wednesday?
What was that?
Instead of Wednesday, why? Why Wednesday?
Why Wednesday?
Yeah, and you see how Trackside Mike has got it down there. I mean, Steve87's got it in the chat. Instead of Wednesday, why? Why Wednesday?
Why Wednesday? Hey, I like that. I actually do like that, Steve.
I like that, Steve.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken, how are you, bud?
Yeah, Mystic, John, Mystic, he said, hey, guys, try not to put anything with tracks in it because there's just too many tracks and too many else's, live streams names. So it's kind of hard, and I didn't realize how hard this was, but we're trying to stay away from that. So I do like the Why Wednesday. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about, I mean, he's not here off the rails from West Australia. He actually gave me a couple of ideas, but I'm still thinking wacky weekend. Because it is the weekend show. I mean, for you guys, it's Saturday. Here it's Sunday. Yeah. So it is the weekend. So I might as well just call it a wacky weekend.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we do get wacky at times.
Well, yeah. And, that's okay, Artie. It's Saturday night.
I thought Bald Bearded Bozos was the one you were going with, Artie.
Which one?
Bald Bearded Bozos.
Well, I'm almost there, but not quite. I lost a beard a few months ago. Well,
your jawline seems to have found it again.
Inside track. Well, we're more outside track than inside track, Mystic. Yeah. That's on our side here anyway. West Coast, I don't know. I mean, West Coast Wednesday. Yeah.
I like the West Coast Wednesday. I stuck with it. The only problem is what does it describe? It doesn't describe anything. It's just West Coast Wednesday. It doesn't describe railroad. Doesn't describe who we are as a model railroad.
Well, that's why you put it in the description.
Stick an RR at the end. West Coast Wednesday RR.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's it.
there you go. We can do that too. I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
And
do like West Coast Wednesdays.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, John. Thank you, John. We'll
Thank
see
you so
later.
much, John. He's flushed himself out the toilet.
What is up, everybody?
Hey,
Hey, brother, how are you,
I
buddy?
up?
did it.
Yeah, you sure did, buddy.
Hey, look. Sorry, mate. We're gonna have to drop you out.
All good.
So we're gonna have to drop you out, mate. You've got your layout's too big for the screen.
Right
and
on,
it looks
Stephen.
completed with scenery on it, and you've got trains on it.
It's me, Mike. It's me. I made it.
Awesome.
I'm on
buddy.
it. Yeah.
Awesome.
No, sorry, but your layout's too big. We can't have you on the show.
I love it.
That's cool.
I love it.
Man.
Good to see everyone. Anthony, what's up? Artie,
Hey, man.
Daryl.
Stephen, good to see you, my friend, on TV, man. Now I can put the face with the comments and
Now we can know.
I mean, yeah.
Now we know
Understood.
the troublemaker.
Yeah, there's no big deal to it. It really isn't. It's only streaming around Artie's place, so it doesn't really go anywhere else.
No. Everybody around here is still recovering from last night, so must have been
Yeah, we
one.
usually get around to restraining orders anyhow.
That's funny. Those are not fun to
Restraining
fill
orders,
out.
AVOs and all that. Yeah, we've got plenty of them in my area.
Why do you think Artie's got so many cameras?
You too. You got a lot there, Mr. Anthony.
Yeah, but mine are all right here. You notice
Well,
Artie's
we don't
are
know
all
that.
not
We don't
plugged
know
in, and he's not broadcasting with them. Well, not here.
It was.
You got to really know Artie to know where he's broadcasting those cameras.
He looked a bit confused. The why
Secrets.
good for you to have seen me, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good plunge. I'm telling you, Stephen. It's a nice plunge, and
It feels good.
Yeah, no, it was the same for me. It was the same for me. Everybody is like, "Oh, don't show your face. Don't show your face. You're going to end up on a poster somewhere." So
Diesel Dave looking for you in some ravine.
Yeah, I mean, so far no one's found me yet.
Oh no.
So yeah, we're good. We're glad to have you here, and especially on Artie's stream. Good, then we can count on you Wednesday too as well.
Yes, now that I got it figured out.
Yeah.
It's going to be frozen, but it's probably the temperature's probably dropping, but it's okay.
Artie, did I not hear you say it was snowing over there?
It was.
That's awesome.
Up where Creepy is. Actually, just up. If you see my stream, we're up the mountainside here, the hillside up top here. Just up the top of that, just behind it. It was all white 3 days ago. It was all, and we had, it's not much as what you guys over there got it. Now, I've got to point in the right direction over there. We had about 2 inches on the floor, on the ground.
Hey, Rick.
How long did it last, Artie?
2 days, day and a half.
Wow, that's amazing.
We had a very cold snap, and I mean, with our passenger trains that don't have any sand in it, so you can imagine them going up the 2.5%, 3% grade with no sand going on icy track. It just wasn't going to happen. So they cancelled the trains up the mountain. Here where I am, no, we didn't get it, but we did get the cold off it. Then here we get all the Arctic brass and whatnot from down south. What did Jeff say? Oh, you want a tour? There's not much to it, really, Jeff.
I think he was talking about Plumber.
Funny Bernard.
Give us a tour of your layout, Plumber. It's so big, we want to have a look at it.
You want to see it?
bloody hell.
Absolutely.
Hold on,
Yeah,
let me grab this off here.
buddy.
Well, you just got a tour of his thumb.
All right. So this layout, sorry for the shakiness, is just a little loop, and it does have the Bachmann steel garbage. I'm going to remove that. I do have some nickel silver that I'm going to replace that with. I'm also going to take this turnout out completely and only have just the siding so I can build a better rock structure. I was not happy with how this side turned out. Excuse the Hot Wheels. My son and I both love them.
Awesome.
Up here on the left side, I'm going to build a mine, and you should be able to see inside the mine on the back side when that is completed. I've removed the building from over there because I'm working on the railing and the staining now that I've got the vinegar and nail solution down. I still have to put all the waterfalls and everything in there. I'm going to put a little dude on a chair like Corona, on the island by himself. And, that's about as far as I got. I still have to figure out something with this corner over here, but, I figure in time I will get there.
You know what your layout reminds me of?
What's that?
My very first train set when I was a kid.
Nice.
But yours is all decked out compared to what I had.
Appreciate that.
Because it had a loop like that in the middle, like the passing loop in the middle or whatnot. And that's what I had as a kid. And it was on a very small, probably 5 mil. I don't know what 5 mil in Imperial.
This guy's about 3 foot wide and about 4.5 foot long. It's not very, very big.
My stepdad put it on a chipboard about this thick.
About 1/4 inch?
Yeah. Nailed it down. Probably a 3/4, maybe even less. And just nailed the track on it permanently. And because where we lived, where I was able to use, I could use it in my bedroom during the school holiday time. But every other time, because we had 3 lots of school holidays here, it was downstairs, sort of under the house. And then when Dad came to Australia, he made it so he had a shower, storeroom, and then next door, which ended up being my uncle's kitchen. But I had to have it in the shower room. And it was brilliant during the summertime. Because it's under the house, it's nice and cool, no air conditioning.
Yeah, for sure.
There was no scenery on it like what you had. It was just track. And all I had to do is, and for a kid, 7, 8 years old, all I had to do was just pick it up and pull it out the side, and it was packed away.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
And
for a quick toy to pull out, that's brilliant.
And I still have the transformer. Did I show you guys the transformer that I had?
I have not seen the transformer you had.
I'll be back in a minute. So you guys go and chat, and I'll go and do
show and tell time.
Yeah. You show me yours, I'm going to show you mine.
That's in most cases, that's the way I like it.
Artie, you have a zoom lens for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
good.
Look, I have not got issues. I haven't got.
Just go get what you're going to get, Artie.
Yeah, all right. Back in a minute.
Yes, Volts Bailey. Hot Wheels, my dude. I like the Mustangs, and a lot of the sports cars, the big ones, NSXs, Ferraris, stuff like that. And then anything with a logo, if it's got Mountain Dew or Dr. Pepper or, one of those old iconic brands we think about, I'm a sucker.
Yeah, so Jeff says, how long did it take you to build that?
From conception to what you see here, 2 years so far. I started it towards the end of the pandemic, the lockdown portion, I should say. But I'm going to rip into it a little bit, because I'm going to put the nickel silver track on it and get this brass track. Though I don't have any problems with, the steel. I don't have any problems with the steel. But I don't want problems either. I'll nip it in the butt now.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, creepy. You got similar ideas? Did you make a video? Can I watch that video? All right, Daryl. So when are we gonna see the mountain backdrop again?
You know what? I'm gonna change positions before Wednesday, so I can do
Okay.
so I can stream from the canyon, because that's a really neat area to
I
stream
love it.
from. I've only done it like once or twice, but yeah, I'm getting tired of this old area, and yeah, I want to stream from different places. Like I said, my layout's 80% finished. I've got a lot of places I can actually stream from, but um, I just chose this one. But
It's a
the
good
can
one. I love seeing the palm trees from the water.
yeah, no, I mean it's kind of representative to West Coast or maybe even Florida, but yeah, I think Wednesday I'm gonna stream from the canyon, and you know
Sweet.
that'll be cool. Yeah, so. You're not going to see
So
two trains pass each other, but what you are going to see is trains going through a canyon, which is
yes, with
kind
the
of
with
cool.
the overhang on top.
That's right. Very, very well known. I have a lot of people here in Southern California that come to my layout, and they're all model railroaders, and they're rivet counter guys, and they love that canyon that I built in there. So um, I'm very, very fond of it. Okay, Artie,
Yeah,
what do you got
it's
for us? What are you
nice.
going to show us?
And you're
Thank
right, creepy. I did see the Crystal Canyon. I'm sorry, Bill.
Yeah, no, and actually that was pretty cool.
That was amazing. My wife loved it. She's like a
Yeah,
gem geek, like I am with trains, and she was all over that Crystal
yeah,
Cave.
yeah. No, it was
Um,
awesome. What's
it
up, Artie?
reminded the one that Gary's done, what Creepy's done. It actually reminds me, it takes me back from when I was over in, which was known as Yugoslavia, Serbia now. There is a caves up there, which is a limestone sort of cave, and they've got a miniature train.
Oh, Anthony left or lagged out.
Dropped out. That's something wrong. That doesn't matter.
Can you
He'll
hear
be
me
back.
now?
I hope.
Good.
They've been having issues with roadworks and whatnot around his area and whatnot. So who knows? Someone's probably taking a pole out. But the caves that Creepy's doing or Gary's doing reminds me of when I was back over there, and you used to be able to go with the railway. It's got a neat little railway system going through the caves. Because up in that region, there's a lot of caves up in that area. Hey, FL Railroad Dog, how are you, buddy? Anthony's here somewhere.
I haven't been in any caves that look that cool. And FL Railroad Dog, what's up?
Hey, George.
Yeah. We also got something similar here, which is Geelong Coast, but I love that idea. It's different. It's out of the box.
For sure.
Now, this transformer I've had now since 1977, I think it is. The old Hornby transformer. Still works. I still run my
Wow, check
DC
that out.
trains on it.
That's some pretty
That's
cool
really
stuff.
sweet, Artie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a green one, which is another version of it, but this is what I run my DC trains on. Nothing fancy. I've got, as you can see, I've got DC control, which is just for me knob. Then I've got the 12 volt for me accessories, DC, and I've got 15 volt, which is basically for your turnouts and whatnot on here.
That's pretty good.
And the only thing that will go on this is inside that we've got the short protection, which is a festoon bulb, which is the simplified version to what NCE has for its short circuit protection. That may blow every now and then, but all you do is pull it out and put the right one back in again. I think it's rated at, can't remember what it was rated at. 5 amps it is, and 1.5 amps. There you go.
Nice.
And it's got 2 different light bulbs in it. If this lights up, you got a short circuit.
Right.
Easy to tell.
Yeah. And it's good, reliable. Nothing fancy.
I have a friend that's good at hunting down old stuff. He brought me a Lionel transformer from it's at 1914 to 1925, something of that nature. It was manufactured in New York City. New York City.
Mystic. Yeah, I use the old stuff because you guys got all this modern fancy dangle equipment now. This old technology is not detected by the new modern technology, so you guys are screwed.
You can always count. You can always count on Mystic. I'm telling you, man. You can always count.
Bloody it's like my next door neighbours. I mean, I've got fantastic neighbours here. It's like when the next door neighbours here finished building their new house next door to me, they knocked down the old one and built the new one in. They go, when I come in, I go, welcome back. After the first couple of nights, I go, yeah. I see you guys settled in nicely the last night. You had a good time last night or whatnot. And they go, yeah, how did you know? I go, I've got it all on camera. Because while you guys were constructing, I was sneaking in putting cameras in. And I've got my phone out. I go, here, let me have a look. And let me show you what I saw you guys do in the bedroom last night.
Uh-oh.
Of course, all it was a black screen. And I just turned and go, so this is what you guys are doing. Rochelle was freaking. She goes, oh no. Ben, her husband, the partner, thought, I'm going to really detect this guy. And when they had a look at what I'd done, they just cracked up laughing.
Did they turn pale? Oh, God.
Rochelle did sort of like it would go a bit that way. It's like, oh no, busted. But,
I don't know. You start a sentence like that, I just may say, hey, already see you later. I'm out.
Yeah. And it's like, well, we got it all on video. Look. Yeah, I mean, they're great bunch. I don't know what was going on last night. There's some party going on that I never got invited to because at 2-3 o'clock in the morning they were screaming and carrying on all up and down the street, and it wasn't the blood curdling screaming. It was more of the fun type. Oh, shit, I missed that again.
No, when I popped off here, Artie, you guys were talking about your old transformer, and I've got from the original transformer from my only model train set I had as a kid, a Tyco bit, and it's somewhere here, and I couldn't find it.
Oh.
But yeah, it's 53 years old.
A build up with a letdown.
I was trying to.
But
I can't find it.
I'm just messing around, Anthony.
No, I'm laughing because I was using it for a while to power, using the accessory side of it to power the lights in part of my town over here. And until I got a better one because I was getting a constantly very strong smell of ozone whenever it was running.
Oh, yeah.
That's not a good thing. So
no, it definitely isn't. So
I replaced it with a modern one, but I thought I held on to it. It's been a while since I've been under there.
I do have a secondary transformer, which is a Fleischmann one, and it still works. It's in one of the boxes underneath, but this red one here is more reliable. It's only got on, off. Fleischmann one's got off in the middle, and I don't really like using it. But if
I
you
have two of those, Dave. Sorry,
in one of my, I think it's Fun Day Friday streams, or back in the past, you'll actually see a photo of me when I was a youngster at a Christmas tree with a train set going underneath the Christmas tree. That's when I got the transformer, which was roughly about 76, 77. And you see the layout before it was put on the board was exactly the same as what plumber's got. Um,
What is that? I don't understand, Mystic. Mystic said something about, hey guys, correct this statement. And you guys seeing that?
C++ can do anything that any brand. There you go. You got it.
No, that's true. I believe that to be true.
Yeah.
And I've got an Arduino ready to go. I'm just dying to dig into it. I have not figured out the software, the Arduino software that Tom's Trains and Things just posted about.
well, I've got. Hang on, let me dig it out.
That's right, Ken. That's where I got a lot of my information from.
That's my
Oh,
Arduino
wow, Artie.
That's my Arduino stuff, all in here.
That's a boatload, brother. Here I am trying to look up underneath like an idiot.
That's all my Arduino stuff. And guess what?
What's up?
It's staying in there.
That's hilarious.
When I was starting doing this and looking into automation, I seen all these Arduinos. I go, oh well, I'll go and buy it. And because they weren't special, they're half price at J-Car. And I thought, beauty, I'll just grab them while I still could, give me something to do. And
You got bored with it?
no, well, what I looked at is the time frame, and my brain wasn't working properly. With all the stress and everything else that's going on, I mean, I know this guy's going to have some jokes, but I mean, seriously, I had some, not so much meat, but it's just the stress and everything else. In the brain, when you're in so much stress and whatnot, your brain just doesn't function properly. So I thought, no.
What is that noise? You guys hear that noise?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's Anthony's train going doing laps.
Are you hearing that? All right, I'll just.
Oh no! I thought I kept messing with my wires. I'm like, every time I touched it, I heard it. When I didn't, I left it alone.
That's why I said not to run
Anthony. No. Run your trains, bro.
No, you're right, Anthony. Just give
Yeah,
it
run them, Anthony. Run them.
Yeah, run them, Anthony.
I'm just running a couple.
Yeah, no.
Because what was happening was because the time frames between surgeries and that was too short. And I thought to myself, well, I'm not going to mess around. Plus, my mind wasn't to it. I'm not going to mess around trying to work out the programming of the Arduino. I've already got the NCE component. I'll work with that, plug it in. I'll look into it later on down the track. There are some good ideas in it, but at the moment, all I want to do is get my layout up and going.
You didn't want to mess around with it.
The stuff I can buy it off the shelf, plug it all in, and go. Yes, I am going to be working on some not so much modifying, but just making up the little circuit boards where I can just plug these gizmos into it, screw it in, and off they go. Like as I buy my block detectors and whatnot, I just put it in, screw it in.
The Woodland Scenics plug and play stuff.
Oh, stuff that I'll keep loading those up. I'm going to the one standard.
Really?
When I look at them, what they're worth compared to what I'm buying my lights from China, I mean, this box here I've got here.
Are they street lights you got there? I can't tell what's in that package.
Okay, I'll show you what they are. They're actually
The white.
lucky lanterns, right? Before you put on your buildings.
Pods? What kind of pods?
But I mean, I'll say this one.
The ones that look like,
There's 10
hey, get too close, this thing comes out and sucks on your face. Those kind of pods.
Really?
Sorry, I'm got.
Are they the lights with the little wires?
No, they're actually lampshades. Put outside in your buildings. Oh, found it. I've got these ones. I've got these ones here.
Oh, those are nice. I got them in my list on Amazon.
Right.
So when you get them hooked up, let me know how they do.
Well, I've got them on my cold tower.
Oh, you already used them.
I've already used some on my calling
Nice.
tower.
Nice.
If you have a look back in some of my videos, and there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for $15.
That's not bad at all.
Now, Moorland Scenics got something similar, and I'm paying $20 for I think about 2 or 3 of them.
That's really
and here I've got $15. I've got a whole heap.
Yeah, I don't buy the Woodland Scenic stuff. I mean, you know, you get 3 people in a tent and a fishing pole for $20. Come on, man. You know, I'm gonna do a whole new thing. Come on, man. Has that been done?
The only stuff I use on Moorland Scenics is their ballast and some of their scenery stuff, but the plaster mulch. I like their plaster mulch for the rockery. I mean, I've got 10 of these bent ones, the curved ones, and the other ones that I have in the other pack are straight. They're 10. There's 10 of these, and these ones are the straight ones.
And you got both of them from Amazon. I didn't see those.
No, I did not get this from Amazon.
Oh, where'd you get that?
I got this. I put a link on my thing last week.
Okay.
There's a supplier in China I get my stuff from.
Alibaba?
No. He something is called himself. I'll dig it up in a minute after the internet won't play up. I got from him last week. I got.
Well, Raggy, somebody take care of it.
My signals from him. I'm getting all my. Okay, they're not fancy dangle. They're probably a little bit bigger than dwarf, but that's all right for me. I've got these dwarf signals. 3 lot of dwarf signals at 20
I got you. Yeah.
There's
Traffic
what,
signals.
1, 2, 3. There's 5 in there for $20.
That's not bad. Amazon's like 15 for 1 or 2.
Yeah, right. What was that? Then I got what, 3, 6, 9 signal heads. Right, these ones here, they were $30.
That's pretty good.
4 or 5. Micro LEDs. They're very small. They're smaller than the tip of a pen, basically.
Yeah, my eyes are not great. You see me getting closer to the camera, but that's where I'm also looking at the screen.
Yeah, they are very, very small.
They're definitely small.
There's what, 15 in a pack, I think.
I'd have to wear 2 or 3 pairs of glasses to see those.
This is where I need you need a microscope to work on these. And having
My wife has some of those jeweler glasses with lights on them, so it magnifies and gives you mad light.
No, you need something, but something like that. Yeah. 2 of these.
Oh, pardon me for a second. All right.
And I've got more different coloured ones. And then I've got the lights that I have around my engine shed. That you see on my layout, big white ones. I've got these from too. These are $25. And that's what 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. And they light up pretty good. They're not too bright. They come with resistors. And
That's good if they come with resistors. I hate it when I have to hunt down a resistor. I'm looking at these little things, like 500 little packs.
See, like this pack here, it's got resistors in it.
That's nice. Yeah, I like that.
Some of the stuff's already got resistors soldered on it. Like this stuff here's already got resistors soldered onto it. And they give you a whole heap of resistors.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll check out that link, Artie.
If you have a look at my night scene of Randall's run, that's all using the LEDs from this company. Even the street lights and everything else is from these guys. They look pretty smart, and it's not over bright. It's got just the right brightness. And look, I've got more. These LEDs are a little bit bigger.
Gotcha.
Right, these are, you might just see through the pack. These ones are slightly bigger.
I see them, yes.
So I have been looking at the chat, guys. I'll shop around. Okay. I'm not a river counter, and I'm not going to the prototypical sizes and whatnot. If it looks close enough, it's good enough for me. Okay.
Sorry, I was reading.
Yeah.
Have to learn to control myself.
Just bear with me for a minute. I'm going to put up a link here for you guys. I'll look it up. As long as it doesn't play up on me.
Anthony, I love that ice train you got.
The ICE3?
Okay. Yeah. It's phenomenal. I want to get that in the Acela and race them down the track. We know who will win, but I still want to do it.
I just want my railjet back.
What railjet would that be, Artie?
I want it back to the way it was before he converted it over to 3-rail.
Artie, you're doing those wonder drugs down there again, man. I have no idea what you're talking about. I have a railjet, and I have the receipt for the railjet, and you keep claiming it's yours, but I have the bank claim that shows it came out of my bank account, and I have the receipt that says I paid for it. So why you keep claiming it's yours?
I can make up a receipt as well.
Yeah, but nobody will accept it in crayons, Artie.
I can make a legitimate tax invoice too. On what is it called? Microsoft Paint or whatever you call it.
So you don't even know what it's called, but you can do it, right? Okay, that's all right.
I know how to do it. Yeah, I can't
Get him a box of Crayolas. He's good. He might even
there's a link there, guys. There's a link there. It's Eve Models is in China.
It's an eBay store. Word.
An eBay store. He's Gary. Yes, he is from China. Now, if you do an order, say Monday, our time in the morning, it's on its way. By the time you go to bed, it's on its way.
That's pretty good.
And the thing is, they will not send it by boat.
So it's not getting stuck in the port?
Yeah. Everything from them is airmail.
Every time they show... I'm sorry.
Yeah, it takes it from China, and this is coming from somewhere in the middle of China, between Hong Kong and Beijing, or Shanghai, Beijing, and it gets to me within a week.
Yeah, it always when they show the backup at the ports, I always smack my head and like, where are the trains? Where are the trains? You know, why are they not filled up and backed up, ready to come in and grab these containers?
It's a logistical nightmare.
It seems to be.
It is a logistical. I mean, you guys remember that that incident in Panama Canal? That created a domino effect that they caught up to everybody else. So, yeah, hang on.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, I like those signals myself.
Yeah, that's
prototypical. I don't think so. Do I care? Nope.
No, but when I looked at the ones that I've got here, they look the ones that I've got. They're very similar to what you'd buy. Hey, off the roads. Nice to see you waking up over in the west. These signals were very close to what Alice gives out. And Alice ones in Australia are not, Alice signals. They're
Anthony, do you know what that says? Oh, come on. Zoom. Focus. There we go. You know what that says, Anthony?
3 LEDs.
Yes, it says flashing lights with 3 LEDs for a burning house. Fire flashing, ready to go module.
That looks cool.
I
might have to grab one of those.
Build it, but that says it's ready to go, that it comes shipped that way.
Really? So no assembly required.
That's what I'm reading that to say, since it says fertig model, which means ready to go.
So that's Australian dinero?
Yeah, that's Australian dollars, yeah. Shit, that's a good price.
That's what I was just thinking.
Well, for you, for American dollars, that's $8.52, I say $8. That works out roughly about $6.
Yeah.
That has the smell of too good to be true.
That's $6. That's $6.80 US.
That's a thing?
Hey, that's about $7 US.
That's really good, I think.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good stuff here. All right, I'll stop looking at that.
Yeah, those signals, they're Atlas ones, they're about nearly the
I'm
home shop
wondering if
they're about $70.
I'm wondering if they're saying the lights are already preset and that you're not getting a model building, because that says fertig module ready module. So I don't know. I'm looking at the whole house and everything, and there's no way you're getting that house painted and all done and everything else with the lights. There's no way that's $8. I mean, the model kit from Germany, Fowler, is it's a $60 to $70 model kit.
Well, and off the rail says chuck in another $40 for postage.
Maybe to the US. We've got to get our money back from the United States Postal Service somehow. I'm gonna tell you what, that's a scam in itself. That's price gouging and scam what they do, which is an offense here.
First German I've read in how many months now?
I could probably order a bunch and save on shipping, you know. I bet they would do it.
Well, my shipping from China to this stuff is about $20 or $22.
I got that out of that link you sent me. That's where that burning house came from. I was shocked with the German or whatever. Was it German, Anthony?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice. Look at me go.
Why is it written in German?
That's what I don't know. I just clicked on it, and then next thing I know, I'm like, I can't read this. But wait a minute. There's Anthony.
Hey, and I didn't even charge for it.
Hey, that's even better. Monster Garage freebie, you know? I'll take that.
But that's what I've been getting all my lights, and I've been getting a lot of the railroad electrical stuff from them, and they've been quite good, and they're reliable. I've been out dealing with them for 2.5 years now. And what you ask for, you get. I did have an issue with something. I think they gave me the wrong one or sent me something wrong. And at the end of the day, they just said, well, we'll post you the right one. Keep what you got. We'll send you another pack.
It's more expensive to receive it and do something with it than just to let you keep it.
Yeah, they said, well, if you can use it, keep it. We won't charge you. We'll send you another one.
That's pretty good. I like those kind of people. Any kind of business people that just want to send me something and let me keep what I don't like, that's a good day for me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what you can do is, Steve, you can save it on your eBay account, and you will bring it up as US dollars.
I'm going to venture to say if I look that same listing up on the US eBay, it's going to be more money, period. I bet.
Probably not from
It happens. It's happened that way a few times to me.
Yeah. But then again, I mean, sorry, guys. I mean, a lot of them are getting back at with the prices of what's coming out of the US. I mean, you have a look. I had this.
Wait.
This.
A lot of those shops are on multiple international eBays, and the price is the same, just converted, but then they adjust it on the shipping.
Yeah. Now you look at this kit here.
Okay.
These
those two?
These two here. And that one.
Okay.
4 items, right? The way bugger all, basically, right? They came from Asheville, North Carolina, because they were the only ones that. But what I was already after this kit here, right?
They had what you wanted. I got you.
Yeah, I wanted this one. But since I was there, I said, well, because he had these ones here on special, I might as well get some of these from him as well. These are the side-mounted tortoise mounts.
Okay.
Instead of having upright, you can put them on the side.
Easier mounting option.
Hey?
Easier mounting option?
Yeah, instead of putting them straight up, you put them on the side.
With the pin, right? So, yeah, I got you.
Now, the shipment for this stuff here from Asheville, North Carolina now cost me $160.
Oh, geez Louise. That's insane.
$160 from Asheville, North Carolina. Right? I know he's got to go for a ticket tour. Now, my average postage, and that's going by the post. No, it's not going by UPS. It's going by the post. I should have gotten with
the U.S. Postal Service did that for you?
Yeah, and it took 2.5 weeks to get here. 3 weeks, 2 weeks to get here.
That's not bad.
It's bloody slow. It's bloody slow.
My Zephyr, I ordered my Zephyr. It took 3 months to get here.
From where?
Somewhere in the U.S. It was a U.S.-based store. It said this product is in the U.S. So I don't know.
$160 to have that shipped over here. Now, with stuff that comes out of New York, I normally go out of Train World store. The shipping out of there is usually about average $60 from New York. So United States Postal Service added an extra $100. Now this Atlas package also is coming out from Atlas, direct from Atlas. The set shipping for that was roughly about $6 too. Now it's taken 3-4 weeks, and it's supposed to be express. It's not here. The system that they got in place, Australia Post tried it out, and it was a total utter failure. But they charging a big amount of money. They want to charge extra for shipping and everything else here, but our consumer watchdog turned around and said, no, you can't do it.
Okay.
It's a criminal act. It's price gouging.
So what do they do?
They hold the price. They're frozen the prices on increasing the shipping prices. Now, it costs me, and I can understand, it costs me $200 Australian, which works at about 180 US.
Ooh, that's steep, brother.
To ship something from Sydney to, say, Anthony's place in Toledo by UPS. But I understand why it goes that expensive, because UPS doesn't do direct shipping from Australia to the US.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. Can they not get one straight trip here?
Yeah, it actually goes through Asia before the plane gets over to there. I can understand that, but it gets there in 3 days.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
I
fast.
don't mind. If it's that urgent, I'll go up to UPS or drop it off. As long as I'm in there before 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll go up there, drop it off, pay it out. It's on the plane. It's on the first plane out. It's on the evening flight. Well, I think it was 12 o'clock. So as long as I have it in by lunchtime, it's on the evening flight.
That's really good, Artie.
Me to post something to either Anthony or Daryl with our postal service, it's going to cost me $50, and it gets there within 8 days, 7 or 8 days. That gives you custom clearance and everything else in the US, because I'm making sure that white powder stuff is actually icing sugar that I put in the baggage and nothing else. Yeah.
I've ordered some stuff, and on my shipping thing from out of country, it says it arrived in customs, and like 6 weeks later, it's like still at customs. I have to call the manufacturer, and they'll ship me another one. It's gone.
Well,
some customs guy was like, "Oh yeah, I want that for my kid." I'm like, "Hey, I'm not a kid. That's for me."
I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, I believe it's happening.
I wouldn't put it past them. I've sent so much stuff to family in South Carolina and up in Boston, and I never received it. And they were treats, kids' treats. I mean, when my stepsister was alive down in South Carolina, when Brenda was alive and whatnot, I used to send her a big Aussie care package, first aid supplies with Tim Tams. No, she didn't like Vegemite.
I'm just being silly.
But her husband did. Her partner did. He actually started acquiring the taste for it. Because it snuck it into his sandwiches, and he acquired the taste, and he says, "Oh, I need some more Vegemite. Can you send some over?"
That's funny.
But they never
I've not
received
tried
it.
it. I want to. I definitely want to try it. I have not. I want to know what everyone does not like.
It's one of those stuff that it's as I said, it's an acquired taste. You cannot, as a first timer, you cannot spread it an inch thick like you do with peanut butter.
Oh yeah, I like some thick peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, well,
if it's not dripping off the sandwich, it ain't made right. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm like that with Vegemite, but as a first timer, you can't do that.
Okay.
Right. And what I did with David, I made sandwiches one time. Oh, that bloody time. Where's my coffee? Off the rails, where's my coffee? You know, jeez.
I need to make some. I am beat.
Yeah, I end up having...
The coffee just kicked in. We got a plumber here to help.
I made some sandwiches. And what I did was I ended up putting some... I'll tell you what, it's very nice with your tasty cheese and your bread, because it really sweetens up and it really gives it that tang. And he just loved it.
Does it taste like liver?
No. It's very similar to Bonox.
Okay.
If you tried Bonox, it's very similar to that.
I have not. I'm just saying okay.
Yeah. I like coffee too. I like coffee. One thing I do miss out of the United States cream.
I'm sorry. I'm bad at interrupting. I got to get better at this thing.
Right, I was bad at it too. I'm just reading at the chat. One thing I do miss from the United States is what your creamers, your flavored creamers.
Oh, they are delicious. I'm the Hershey chocolate all day long, but I can't drink sugar, so I can't drink most of them. And most of that artificial sugar, it's horrible.
Oh no, keep away from that artificial stuff. They'll kill you quicker than the natural stuff will.
Yeah, I just consume Truvia in my coffee, and that's a diet soda when we go out to eat.
But I just wish we could have that. I just wish we could have those American creamers here, the flavored ones. We can't have it because it's a dairy product.
We can't ship dairy products to Australia?
Well, they've got their own cows.
Yeah, we've got our own cows. We've got our own. Well, we've got some just down the road here.
Problem is they're doing other things with them to get milk out of them.
I think somebody's being a little facetious here.
No, because we all know down under it's sheep.
No. Wait, hang on. No.
Where's Kiwi Dave? Is Kiwi Dave still here?
Let's see your boots, Artie. Let's see your boots.
No. Ask Kiwi Dave about the sheep. But then again, also asking him about the long neck sheep. Okay.
Is that an alpaca?
Yeah, that's a long neck sheep. Yeah. So a lot of them like getting onto those long neck sheep because they can really grab hold of their neck while they're doing what they normally do with the sheep over in New Zealand.
All righty, Artie. Hey, cappuccinos are good.
We've heard all about what you do in Australia with your animals.
Randy's cooking.
Got to be proven. It hasn't been proven yet.
DNA test following.
Hey. No.
Yeah, I mean, Bernard, the gold rush, they were using mule teams.
Yeah.
I think that's how they drained the lake in Death Valley, hunting for gold.
I'm not too sure about that one, Bernard. I have no idea about that. Kind of reminds me of maybe a Clint Eastwood movie. I don't know. Mules?
Mm.
3 meals for Sister Sarah or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Borax was the famous 20 mule team. Everybody, when I was a little kid in the late 60s, any house you went to, somebody had the model of the 20 mule Borax wagon and the little guy on top of it. Heck, even Ronald Reagan did his intros to the old Death Valley Days TV show sitting on an old Borax wagon. Borax.
Yes,
that was 3 years before me. Sorry.
3 years. I thought that's where you were conceived, Daryl.
My dad had one on a shelf. And I don't know what happened to it between the house we lived in until 1971, and then when we moved in 71. But he had it on a shelf in this one house, and if you went near it with a finger up in the air, you had something thrown at you with a few
off the rails.
You know, now that you did say that, I'm going back to my memory bank, and you know what? I remember on the 5-foot television set that was probably 3 foot wide. I remember that. Now I do remember that. There was that. I do remember that. Now that you, the TV. Yeah, I mean,
I love those
refrigerator on top of those TVs back then. But now that you brought that up, Anthony, you're absolutely right. Yeah, I do remember that.
For you younger viewers, that was back when remote control was the youngest kid in the room. And they had a pair of pliers. Remote control was the smallest kid in the room and a pair of pliers.
Right.
You had to have a pair of pliers on top of that TV set.
Yeah,
I missed that
TV set. The handle broke.
Yep.
Or you had
absolutely
coat hanger as you had the coat hanger as your aerial.
And if you got it right, it worked beautifully.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you get the one person up there that would get it just right, and then walk away and stop, and then they put their hand on it like, stay there.
Yeah, stop moving.
Exactly.
No, you're gonna stay there.
Just keep your hand on it and stay there. And then you went into the houses where they took all kinds of aluminum foil, wrapped it up, and put it on the top. And every house had the aerial towers outside.
I just got an old outdoor flat antenna.
I turned into my dad. I'm talking about when I was a kid.
Yeah, the rabbit ears. Yeah, you had them too. That's right, Rick. Or you had what was the other one? Like in my area here, just up the top of the hill here, we only had 2 channels. So you picked the best one when they had the best show.
I remember when we had 2 channels here in Toledo.
And black and white too, yeah.
And everything was black and white. We had NBC and NBC and CBS, and then ABC started broadcasting, but our TV didn't pick up UHF originally. We had to get a TV that was VHF and UHF, and then we could finally start watching the ABC channel. And then we got PBS in 68, 69. And then we had 4 channels.
We only had 2 channels. One was ABC Australia, which was a government-funded channel, and they also had a radio station. And that channel was created so everybody around the whole country can actually watch TV. They had crappy shows and still do, and a whole lot of crap on it, and talk out of the backsides. And then we had, which is now a big, someone's playing with his pussy.
Big kitty.
Okay, Mrs. Slocum.
And then
I have a black cat too.
TV, which is now one of the biggest
have them both.
regional TV networks here. That was a commercial channel where you had all commercials every 5-10 minutes or so.
Yeah, that's about average.
Yeah, and that was only 2. You go to a certain other part of the area where you can actually get the signals from Sydney, you get an extra 3 channels. So that was what? 5 channels?
Yeah, I used to get like 7 to 10 on a good day, but I could find something to watch. It was all right. And yes, from RT, black and white. My first 13-inch TV was black and white.
Yeah.
Hey, Caboose.
Hey, Caboose.
Caboose.
Well, Caboose, talking about that.
That's funny.
About that, they've actually found they found that west of here, discovered a new dinosaur.
Caboose, you do notice Artie does look a lot like a Neanderthal. Just saying.
Thanks, brother.
Not a sermon, just a thought.
You were Gimli the dwarf 2 weeks ago, so
That was 2 weeks ago. Things have changed.
Now you're say it correctly.
And there's another thing that's going to be happening very shortly. I'm going to try to get out there before it happens. A lot of you guys have probably heard about the latest rocket launch going to the moon. That's happening.
Oh, Artemis 1, I'm watching it Monday. Are you kidding? I've got the reminder on. It's going to be all day NASA on Monday. Gentlemen, I probably won't see you. Definitely a space geek.
Well, you are? Okay. What I'm going to do is, now, do you remember where the first telecast for the first man that stepped foot on the moon came from? Apart from being coming from the moon.
I want to say Gale Crater, but I know that's on Mars and incorrect. But that's all I can think about right now.
You know where the signal landed before it got to the United States, don't you?
Oh yeah, the Australia. That's where our third Deep Space Network dish is, or array.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're putting more in right now.
It's not your dish, it's our dish.
Well, we pay you for them, but that's okay. You can have them.
We're not going to get them. Artie, we bought, or I'm sorry, we rented the land. It was our techs who built it. They were ours. We just
But you can have them, Marty. It's
No.
okay.
That isn't another location. I've been to that one.
Okay.
I've been to that spot. It's down. It's between me and off the. It's in a place between me and where off the roads are.
Can I take the Savannah Lander to get there?
No, that's way up north.
Ah, man.
No, you missed out. I suppose to get to where the dish is, you can take the Indian Pacific some of the way up there and then go up. Savannah Lander from me is, if you drive, about 4 days drive.
Oh, my goodness.
It's
Jeez,
what we call
Lord.
the top end. It's actually closer to the Great Barrier Reef, but you know how you got the point of Australia on the east coast? It's it's towards the top of the, not at the point, but where the point starts to go up like this.
Okay.
It goes up in that area there. It's beautiful up there. But if you want to go visit there, and you want to take that train trip there, the best time to come is during your summertime.
Okay.
Because it's the dry season there. You won't get stranded in floods.
I like the sound of that.
Because we get very bad tropical cyclones and storms up there. It's very yeah, we know.
Storms are just getting worse everywhere, brother.
Yeah, but over there it does flood. And you will get stranded. And I'm not talking about 2-3 days worth of stranded. Yeah, as off the rail says, Crocodile Dundee country. You'll get stranded there for weeks on end. But it is beautiful up there. It is nice. I've been up there. I spent a lot of time up there with you.
We let you rent it off the rails. I'm sorry, Artie. I just read his comment.
Yeah, I am going to try, hopefully, if I can get away. I do intend to get up to Parks where the dish is by the time they transmit from the moon with this mission. Because apparently we'll be playing the big vital important role on that. I like that sort of stuff. It fascinates me. Someone actually, since we're supposed to be talking about railways.
Well, because you know that there is trains that move the railways around. They move the rocket from the building to the launch pad.
Yeah,
I mean, not at Kennedy, but we do have some around the country that do that.
Now, there was an article, I think it was in the Trains magazine, the Model Railroader, or the Craftsman, one of them back in the late 80s, early 90s, where they actually had this place with the dish and whatnot, dishes. And I think it's in the it's not in Australia, definitely. I think it's somewhere in the United States. And they move the dishes and the components and everything else by rail. The whole setup was made by rail.
That's cool.
But they have multiple dishes all over the place. And you have little switches like the SW 1500s and that, just moving the stuff around. That's how they need to use it, move the dishes to get the signal and whatnot.
Reminds me of the set classic model train fixed not too long ago.
Yeah.
What was it, 78? You know, after Star Wars came out, 78, all the model train companies started doing space train play sets and all that. I remember Tyco doing one. And I thought it was silly, but, you know, they were trying to revive the industry. But it was one of the things that killed Tyco was when they tried to go all space and try to latch into that. And then they had Tyco and what was the other? Like Mattel made model trains or something back then. They had the ones that went up the wall. Anybody remember those? They had the ones
I remember the slot cars that do that.
They would go up the wall.
But
they had some trains that did that too. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some of the stuff they came out with back in the late 70s and early 80s, that was just incredible, just to keep the hobby going, get get the wild side of the hobby going, you know. And it's nice to be. It's nice to have occasionally something prototypical and whatnot life to it. But I mean, it's all about having fun with it. I mean, I can't wait to finish. It's sort of like you can say finish to run some of my trains up here. And I'll tell you what, I might end up being hated.
Uh-oh. You're freezing, brother.
You broke up, Artie.
Oh no, Artie.
Hang on, I'll be back in a minute. Hang on.
All right. Anthony, that song was funny. I've watched it like 10 times, brother. It had me on my knees cracking up.
It was nice to be able to do another one. I've got a backlog of ones to do, but a friend of ours in Australia was going to guest sing on one, and he's had health problems, and he did it and sent it to us, but there was a problem I needed him fixed, but he's been tied up for 8 weeks, and everything Joyce was going through with her brother dying from ALS and then finally passing away, she just hasn't been in the mood to come down and sing. And I finally kind of nagged her, talked her into it. Once she did it, she was happy to do it. I think better as it would. I think she sounds good, but she was having a bad asthma day, but she did a good job. I know she thinks she can sing better.
All I could say is, are you talking to my wife? Are you talking to her? Huh?
Well, when you do comedy and you do especially parody comedy, you do what, and I'll get into my old degrees here. You deal with what we call archetypes, or there's a modern term people like to use called tropes. There are certain archetypes, stereotypes of things. So when you're going to do songs about model trains, you want to tap into those stereotypes. And one of the stereotypes is the person that's into the model trains just obsessively spending money.
It's easy. It's easy.
It is. I do, I just had a crazy summer because I retired and got a nice, I put most of the money into some investments, but I took a portion of it out and said, this is my mad money. And my investment guy said, I totally understand and you should do it. And I went crazy and bought a few trains that I normally wouldn't buy. Where I would have said, and I was like, no, I got it.
Maybe not.
But, so there's that thing. Another one is, of course, in the model train world, we have digital versus analog. So we tap into that a few times. Some big channel, American big channel, just took one of my songs and played it and linked it in their show, and it gained 600 views in a three-day period. The NMRA for one of their calls, they used my Joyce singing our parody of YouTube's "Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For." They used that as an opening to one of their Zoom call meetings, and it jumped 500 views.
That's pretty good. I'm reading right now. Hold on, look. It says Weird Al is coming after you, sir.
Well, the difference is Weird Al can actually sing. I can't. I have to get Joyce to do it, and he can play music, and I don't. I have to pirate somebody's instrumental versions of these songs and do it. But then I do write the lyrics, and one of the things when you're writing the lyrics is you still want to capture the original feel of the original song. You want to capture that same bit. So like when we did a parody of I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, the song is about trying to find peace or a meaning to life. Well, this person's still searching for something and they're not finding it yet. I still haven't found trains I'm looking for. When we did You Can't Buy That in the original Beatles song from the Hard Day's Night album, it's the guy is telling his girlfriend, you can't keep doing these things.
Right.
You. Well, now Joyce loves singing it, but she didn't see the video until she came home from work yesterday. And the last scene where the wife is burying the husband, she broke up on that one. She broke up in that one. She loved that bit. That was hysterical to her. But it was nice to see her laugh, and she came in the live stream. And I think, honestly, that's the first time I've really seen her laughing.
That's good.
Her normal.
Yeah, that's real good. That's real good.
You know, she's giggled and stuff, but she was laughing, and that was good to see.
It's hard. After my younger brother died, it took me years, and I still feel like I'm missing a part of myself. I'm not gonna lie, you know.
Yeah.
No qualms about it. It's just the way it is. So I feel for her, you know. Hope all ends well.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the phrase is her brother's in a better place, if that's what you believe in. He's not in pain anymore. You know,
Right.
ALS is one of the worst diseases you could ever curse anybody with, because your body totally just stops ignoring you and you can't control it, and it deteriorates. But
yeah, I couldn't imagine.
Your brain to the last minute is 100% as sharp as it was. I mean, you know,
dude, I freak out if I get stuck in the blankets. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine.
Stephen Hawking's had an extremely rare version of ALS that it's called early onset, long lasting ALS. And he had it for 50 years, but up until the day he died, he was still working in quantum physics. But most people who get ALS, it's a 3 to 8 year window from the time you're diagnosed, because ALS, depending on which track you have, it's a consistent nosedive. It's just whether it's going to be relatively slow, but there's no, okay, you were good, now you're bad, now you're worse. It is just each day a little worse than the day before. And it was terrible to watch anybody go through that.
I can understand.
Yeah. Anyhow, back to you, Artie.
Yeah, sorry about that. Getting interference here again.
Oh, no, Artie.
Yeah.
Artie, your picture's all clear and sharp here, so we can actually see you. Go back.
What, do you prefer this one better? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Hey, guys, I'm gonna split because I gotta go do some other things before it gets dark here. So I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody.
You want me to send you some light over?
Oh, no, that's okay. I actually enjoy the night. I'm kind of a vampire myself. So, all right, you guys. Everybody.
Enjoy the night.
Thanks for coming, mate.
Bye-bye.
Peace and chicken grease.
Yeah. Yeah, no. What did you go that way for? This way's better. Yeah, that place that you're talking about, that's been rented to the US, is called Maralinga, which is out in the middle of the desert, middle of Whoop Whoop. That's the place that the Americans have rented off us. But the dish, that's not yours, that's ours. Two different places. Yeah. What do you got your stick out for again, Anthony? What are you up to?
Uh-oh.
I'm up to about 6'3.5", 6'4". That's what I'm up to.
Is that with or without your high heels?
That's only on Friday. And then I'm 6'7".
Oh, right. Okay.
I hit every short branch on my way down from heaven.
Yeah. Good night, Ken. Hopefully you enjoy the show, but I'm gonna have to get going soon too. I want to try to get some order into my place. Well, I still can, and we got some nice weather.
Yeah, I did a little work today, man. It was really
you did?
Well, I had to clean up some area stuff. I can't really show it, but I tore a hole. If you saw my Facebook post, and I don't have a camera that's going to show it. I tore a big hole in. That's a toy closet over there. That has been my children's toy closet for 30 years that we lived in this house, and there's still all kinds of toys in there because they want to hang on to stuff to pass on to their kids. But since I had two daughters, it's a lot of Barbie dolls and everything else. But I needed to extend my I needed to extend my parking area because my IC4 is too long. For now that I've got it up to 10 cars, it was too long for that parking, and the only place I could park it is over there. So I had to I cut a big hole in that wall, and I extended that. I guess you could call it a siding, or
I like how you say, Anthony, that they were your daughter's Barbie dolls.
Yeah. No, my son didn't have Barbie dolls.
Oh no, you're selling them.
The point is because my one daughter had a grandson. She hasn't asked for her Barbie dolls. We're not doing anything.
Yeah, but
there, but he's into cars and trains. Thank God.
But someone did turn around and tell me that
into trains. That's the thank God part. That he's into trains, because nobody else in my family is except me.
Yeah, but someone did tell me through the great one that you actually had the thing about Barbie.
No, Barbie was blonde. I'm not into blondes.
Oh, gentlemen, Rick's Railroad. In 90 minutes, it's going to be his birthday. Happy early birthday, Rick's Railroad.
Happy birthday, early birthday, Rick. Hang on a minute.
90 minutes from now is when
Wait, no. I got to say it my way. Happy Womb Liberation Memorial Day. Happy Womb Liberation Memorial Day. Happy Umbilical Cord Severance Day.
All right, Stewie Griffin.
Happy first slap on the butt day to you, Rick. Actually, I can actually wish him a happy birthday because it's his birthday here now. See, if you would have been
in Australia, Rick, it's already your birthday, dude.
Australia's birthday's over now.
Oh, mate, yeah, Rick. It was fun, man. Thank you.
So you could have started up your piss up here in the morning. Get on the flight in the next 2 hours. Go back to the United States, and you can still be enjoying your piss up for another 4 days. For 2 days straight.
Yep. I don't think they actually slap you on the butt anymore. I think there's something they're not allowed. I don't know. It's what I heard.
The problem is it's a memorial. It's not your birthday. It's your birthday anniversary. It's not your birthday. Otherwise, you'd be naked, covered in blood, and laying in a bed somewhere, which was already last Thursday. No. Yeah. So it's always a Memorial Day. So it's not it's a Memorial Day. So it's your Womb Liberation Memorial Day or your Umbilical Cord Severance Memorial Day.
It is.
Yeah.
It is the best combination.
Oh, it is.
Am I the best comedian? I don't know. I don't think I am. They took me out of the head to me off the rails. I don't know what they've done with me, but I tell you what, the hospital I was born in is no longer there. It collapsed. Sorry, let me rephrase it. They were forced to demolish it. But then again, it got demolished after my younger brother was born. So maybe he had something to do with it. Yeah, I think he had something to do with it. But anyway, I lost my track of thought then.
His train of thought has been derailed.
Tom, I've seen that on Tom's Trains and Things, the sign in the back.
Jerry, he's been playing games with Derailed Daryl, I noticed. Because there's been a few times I've been off the rails, shut up. We know where the UFOs come from, and they don't come from Area 51. They come out from the middle of the Nullarbor. Jerry has been stirring up Derailed Daryl, because every time I see Derailed Daryl, either coming on my stream or through the week, it keeps wishing me a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Artie. That's funny.
And I'm like,
it sounds like a shit.
I'll have my birthday again. Yeah, what did you get me? Keeps on saying, it's Artie's birthday. We're going to have to wish him a happy birthday. So he comes and wishes me happy birthday. And it's been going on for now, what, June, July, August, 3 months.
He's got some stamina on this stick, I take it.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
that could be taken so many ways, but
Which ways are you thinking, Anthony?
I'm
We
the
don't
real. I just said
we
it
don't-
could be taken many ways, so I haven't thought of many ways.
Sorry about that, everybody.
And we'll just see who giggles the hardest because they're the one who took it a certain way.
Well, exactly right, yeah. It's like when you go to a meeting. I'm not going to mention any names of the guilty party.
I'm sorry, you guys got to read off the rails
Off the rails,
comment.
yeah.
You got it. That is good, brother. That is good.
So you're young. That's an old one. When I was born, the doctor tried to put me back in.
Hey, I could have heard it and forgot it by now. I've forgotten so much.
Oh, so have I. Oh man, we now we go. Now we are getting wacky.
Oh, that's what happens when I get tired. The tired I get, I'm like my little 3-year-old kids. You know, I just get more wacky.
Oh, I mean, we do play some jokes.
I've been this way for
around here.
58 years.
That's good, Anthony. That's good.
Growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional.
I don't wish to fully grow up.
I haven't grown up yet. Have I?
Well, in some ways, you know, the responsibilities of life. We grew up, but enjoying and trying to make the best out of it, right?
You never saw me work.
Well, no, that's true. I've just seen you sit right there. Wait a minute, there you go, right there.
Yeah.
I got in trouble a lot at work because I treated work as play.
Well, that's why the students like you because you made.
I don't know, Jeff.
Your students loved you.
Yeah, because
he
he made the class fun. He would have been one of the fun teachers, and I don't know what it is, but the language teachers in the schools are more fun than any other teachers in the whole school. When I was doing my language classes for me, French and German, we had female teachers, but they made it fun. We actually enjoyed going in there. I mean,
that's cool.
I can't remember too much of what I learned back then because I was more interested in checking out the student teachers that came in to learn how to teach us kids. I mean, we had some nice ones in there, and they weren't that much older than me. Let's leave it at that. But
there were no nice teachers around here.
But they actually made school fun.
That's cool. That's really cool. You're very fortunate.
You know.
I'm sorry, Artie.
Go on.
I was just going to say, as a teacher, Joyce and I get very defensive when people bash teachers. So we always have to bite our tongues. But I had the exact opposite. I can count on one hand the teachers that I had that, and I wouldn't even necessarily call them bad teachers, but I didn't enjoy them. My third grade teacher, Mrs. McClellan, was like 150 years old, and I didn't like her. But my second grade teacher, my fourth grade teacher, my fifth grade teacher. Now, my fifth grade teacher, Mrs. Hall, was a good teacher. She wasn't the funniest or the friendliest, or she wasn't the meanest either. Fourth grade, I had Mrs. Ulrich, who was an awesome teacher, a very young teacher. But for reading, I had Mrs. Parsons. And Mrs. Parsons was about 4'2", 150 years old. And she would throw kids across the classroom. You never thought a little old lady who's half her height was the blonde wig she wore. It was funny. I remember Paul Schultz said the S word in her class, and she went, "What?" And she picked him up and threw him across. "You will not use that grandma. She literally threw. I mean, she was 100 and something years old, and she just picked them up and tossed them across the room. And back then, the parents came in. They were like, "Don't touch my kid." They were like,
The coffee
"Don't
was
talk
strong.
that way in class."
Yeah, that's the way it used to
The thing
be.
is, most of my teachers were fun teachers. I had some bad teachers. I had mostly Jesuit teachers in high school, and we had one guy teaching science who had spent 20 years teaching in Nepal, the Himalayas, and he had been there too long. He talked to us as if English was not our native language, and it was so funny. "Oh dear, you're not using the proper scientific method. Now you see what you need to do." And that is him. That is Father Sharf. Oh my God, Father Sharf was so bad. But I had great teachers all the way through. And I don't know if that's why I became a teacher. Maybe it is because I went through a lot of crap growing up, and it was my teachers that, "Come here, son. Let's keep you busy and focused on here."
That was fortunate for you, brother. I wish I had some of that. I had.
Of course, I never had a teacher like this either. I might have been distracted in school.
In my high school here, we had two really bad teachers. But one in particular was the English master, and he became my senior master as well, a headmaster for the senior classes. And he was trying to dictate to me which classes I need to take. And as I said to him, it's not the classes I need for the line of work I intend to going on. He was pretty much the guy that forced me out of school.
Wow.
Out of high school. And the reason why I never completed all of my high school years here. I never finished my senior year. Which is basically enough to get you into into universities. In your case, in a college. Technical college, yes, I can go into it. Like learning trades and that, yes, I can go to that. And it came when my brother ended up going to the same high school. He started doing the same trick with my brother. And he was one of those teachers that was a bit of a bully towards students and trying to dictate to students what they should be doing. So I went up in there one time and I just grabbed him, and I was just about ready to teach him how to fly from the second story window. And I said to him, "You ever do that again to my brother, what you done to me, I'm going to teach you how to fly."
Wow.
Okay, you got to report whatever. He did. And because I told him, you can report me to the cops and everything else, and I'm threatening you. But I tell you what, I'll be throwing you in the education department. You will never teach again anywhere in Australia or the world. Because what you've done to me is just wrong.
And we just to interrupt our talk here, we need people to back us up. We talked trains and train related stuff for almost 2 hours already.
We did. Where were you, Heath?
Yeah, you're not talking trains again.
Hey, you missed. Even
Daryl had nothing to complain about because we talked trains.
Yeah.
The only thing he complained about was me talking.
Did you watch my most recent video?
That's right. Well, the train stopped at the station, so we all got off to get a cup of coffee and do sightseeing. I mean, that's what you do when you got. I like that passenger car, whatever you got there in out of line. What's that one?
Hold on. This is it's an old Lionel American Freedom train. It's got the old moon lander, the Liberty Bell, and I got a reflection. I can't remember what's in the back there.
Oh, come on. You can't remember your history.
No, well, they didn't necessarily stick to history. Hold on, let me twist it.
Is it a moon rover?
It's the second moon rover.
There we go.
Ah, right. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's done up real nice.
I love it. I actually picked it up from Timonian last year. And then this is the AHM I just fixed up. I got it for 10 or 15 bucks. I can't remember, from the train store. Did not run.
I think Ray Bobel got one of them too just recently, not long ago.
And this is a
Let it
car
out
from
loud,
the
Gary.
club I'm in.
Gary, I just looked at it. Did you ever see my cousin Kenneth, Gary? My Australian cousin Kenneth Clark Dodge?
Yeah, what happened to him?
He was supposed to make return visits, but I started liking my Dr. Zayas Dodge character more, and then I just stopped doing the series again because I really wasn't working on the layout at the time.
I think Kenny's
Me too.
I think Kenny's the father to your roomies there. The hop-alongs that you got there with your kangaroo friends. I think they're the ones. I think Kenny's the father.
Well, that was the best thing. I mean, it was a great pun because there was a time everybody remembers about 2 years ago, where year and a half, 2 years ago, all of a sudden all the train channels were doing challenges. Everybody had a challenge. Do an all caboose train, do foreign power, do this challenge, do that challenge, and it seems to have died out.
It has.
Every now Jack posts another challenge, and a couple of people do it, but there was a time where everybody was giving challenges, and one of the challenges was hoppers. Well, I don't.
That was last year. Yeah.
I don't do freight trains. Actually, I do have one freight train, but I definitely don't have any hoppers. But I did a pun on it and did an Australian guy talking about running his hoppers, and it involved kangaroos.
And
it was my Australian cousin, Kenneth Clark Dodge.
Yeah, Greg.
Your cousin Vinny, what?
Kenneth, because
no, I got you. I was making a bad movie joke.
Oh, okay. Kenneth Clark Dodge.
You should.
Yeah,
should look it up if you haven't seen it.
Boy, the little Sheila'll be fine. Give her a bandage and a Foster's and let's go.
I will, Anthony. I will.
You know what you can do with your Foster's? You can shove it up somewhere sideways.
What?
How are you, Joyce?
I'm fine, Artie. How are you?
Good. I was going to bring my laundry around to your place since my washing machine didn't work.
All right. Seriously, take a picture of this space right now and compare it to when she just got home from work yesterday. It's like two different people.
Oh,
it is.
We played tennis this morning.
Well, when you got a #1 hit in the
and
country,
somebody got whooped.
You can't help it.
Somebody got whooped.
Oh, have you got a video recording on what you?
Oh.
Well, Jeff, we can't see my layout. I had to change rooms.
Uh-oh, dun.
We'll have a look at it next week. We'll
Forget which camera.
Sorry, brain went dead again. Yeah, my brain has gone dead.
Shush you.
It's okay. I have those moments all the time.
So what's the age difference between you and Joyce again, Anthony?
About 8 inches.
No, age difference. Age difference. Age difference.
That was a good one.
Behave, guys.
I can't.
I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's my layout if anybody wants to see it.
About a year and a half.
Oh, okay.
I love the layout, Anthony. Yeah. I love it. My layout here, this little loop, it's going to be in the middle of a dog bone when I have my garage upstairs room and I'm doing the shelf layout.
You do what you can do. Exactly. I waited until I was 56 to have this. So
no, but what I'm saying is, as I'm building this, I'm planning how to incorporate it when I'm able to build my shelf layout.
Right, but I'm just saying, whatever you have, we start comparing like who's got this or that. No, you work with what you got. You got more scenery and cooler stuff there than this gigantic table of mine, and you did a great job with that.
Well, thank you, and I love your layout too, with as many trains running at once.
That I've got ADD. I'm not as much about scenery as I am just seeing as many trains running as I can.
And then Artie, I love those Amtraks you got going on, because you guys see my videos. Amtrak is mainly what I see here. I get maybe 1 or 2 different trains in this little town. I have to go about 10 or 15 minutes south to find the freight because they turn west or they come completely up the East Coast on the other side of us.
Yes. You see, on my layout, freight train's going to be secondary, right? I'm going by what I normally been used to seeing on, like during the daytime basis. The day, like, talk about daylight. The most common thing you see around our area during the daytime is your passenger trains, right? But I'm going back to, but what I'm doing, most of my trains is going back to what we call the old, diesel hall era, where you actually had the diesel engine on the front pulling the carriages. And then they used to, and in Australia, on my line in Sydney or New South Wales, in my state, they actually had switching operations in Central or wherever the train finished off at the other end, where the train engine will come off, run around the train, make a different passenger's train consist to form another train. So that's what I'm going to be mainly concentrating on mine. I am going to have freight trains, but it's going to be secondary service.
Gotcha.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm limited to space, and to get an industry to work it on properly, or because I have mine 2 levels, I'm going to be cramped for space. And I want to get the bigger radiuses in. If one of the big radiuses in, putting too many little sidings in, it's going to, I'm going to overtrack the layout.
Okay.
I love doing my scenery. I like doing my structures. If I put too many tracks on, I'm not going to be able to put them on.
That's true.
How nice.
See, I mean, look at Anthony. He's like, I just like the tracks. I'm going to have a mix of both. There's going to be a balance. There's going to be places where we're 4 tracks wide. And then there's going to be places where there's just 2 and some industries. Because I do want to do some operations.
Yeah. Well, see, you see my layout at the moment, what I've got. That's the engine facilities. Okay, you have a lot of track. It's a major maintenance facility. Steam trains come in. Diesel comes in there. They all get serviced and stored there. Up above it is going to have the station scenery. Now, I end up getting some stuff from Creepy. Gary, that's on here. And it's the elevator for the elevator subway system. Right? The 2-rail.
Yeah.
And then because I'm restricted in how wide to go, I thought I would go outside the box and have a platform up top and platforms underneath, so I can actually have, what did I work at, 2, 4, at least 5 or 6 passenger trains in, and then I can have a gap where I can have a carriage passenger train servicing facility and the engine facility, mini fueling facility for, say, with the Amtrak engines or whatnot, and then a freight one next to it.
That's cool.
It's going to be based something similar to the old Spencer Street station in Melbourne, where you had the passenger terminal and you had the freight terminal next to it.
Nice.
The freight terminal is gone now. They put a football stadium or stadium next to it.
You mean rugby?
Anything. They play rugby, AFL, Australian Football League, soccer, concerts.
I love Victorian football.
Yeah, well, it's a fun sport. My young nephew, he used to play it too, and he's messed up his knees with it now, but he was pretty good.
I thought it was the toughest of all sports. I mean, even more than rugby, because rugby they're standing close and they kind of hit each other. But with Australian rules football, it was much more high paced. And God, I remember so many of the teams, Geelong and who were the Magpies? The
Collingwood.
Magpies. Yeah, I think that was my favorite team back in the 80s, the Collingwood Magpies.
Okay, hang on. Let me fix that up. The Collingwood Magpies, did you say?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So that was the end of that.
Dick Joe?
Yes, of course he did. He's down there, Collingwood is enemy.
Gotcha. I see.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, that's what we do. That's
Didn't
what
know
we
you
do.
were that sensitive already. All right. I'm with it.
Like going to
Magpie support.
Manchester and wearing your
Off the
Liverpool
rails.
jersey.
We can't be friends anymore, Anthony. Well,
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
he was really
See,
that,
even off the rails is on the same.
not that
He's in
enthusiastic.
the same page as me. No, that's it.
Now,
Off the rails. Now we know why we like. Now we know why Anthony likes Foster's.
I do not like Foster.
That is a false statement.
Thank you. Thank you. I do not like Foster's. I am fully aware how crappy Foster's is. Just because Crocodile Dundee did commercials over here to sell that horse's piss. Foster's Australian for beer.
Hey, I love
I knew Australians, and they were like, only the tourists drink that beer, and that was in the 80s.
Yeah.
Only tourists drink that piss.
Well, and mind you, it was the 80s that we were watching Australian League football, so we're not too serious about it. It just
No,
like
Jeff.
a lot of fun.
Oh, they used to show replays of the games at 5 in the morning on ESPN when I was getting up to go to my last couple of years of high school and then college in the early 80s.
Yeah.
And Collingwood was one of the teams always on. And God, what was the guy's name? Like Captain Tony Moore or something like that, whatever his name was. And it was a good time. But I remember Collingwood, Geelong. Who was Collingwood's big rivals back then? Do you have a team you like, Artie? Maybe I'll remember.
Richmond.
You guys sucked back then.
Would you even remember that?
Yes.
Oh, you would.
Yeah, Richmond and Collingwood, they don't like each other because they're too close to one another.
Okay.
Collingwood and Hawthorn. They were
Hawthorn. That was
the big rivals.
Those were the big rivals.
Of course, you got Richmond, which is right next to Collingwood, but that's where they made the good beer. That's where Victoria Bitter come from, and all the hop comes from.
Uh-oh. It's getting serious now. Creepy's like Swan.
Well, that's like, it sounds like it's like Liverpool and Everton in, their stadiums are like 2 miles apart from each other. That's like, think about in baseball, the New York Mets and the New York Yankees.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No, I mean, the Giants and what's that other New York team? The Jets. They got to share the same stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah. Football. Yeah.
Football, yeah.
Somebody forgot something.
Yikes.
Ooh, techno dance. Yeah.
Jeff. Yes, that's right, Jeff. Oh.
It's coming from Richard's.
It's the 8-bit sound.
Yeah, it's Richard.
It's got a great beat and it's easy to dance to. I give it a 73.
That's the only kind of dancing I can do. Are you kidding? I was not born with rhythm.
No, I did white guy rock and roll dancing, leaned against the wall.
Yeah, you're being
Richard, you got a problem with your sound.
Yep.
They're playing Pong! They're playing Pong!
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it is.
And the old Pong you can't control. It just looks like you're controlling it.
Yeah.
They're playing a killer game of Pong.
Move it down, move it up, move it down. Ow.
No, Richard, no.
Richard, you're doing something wrong again.
Music, non-stop. Music, non-stop.
That's
Crossbear.
That's right.
You're making me think of this video I watched. This guy took an angle grinder and put it on his outboard, and he went driving, and he just showed the outboard.
Music is very fun.
Yeah.
Angle
You like that
grinder.
music.
It's good. It's something.
Maybe go out and try coming back.
Trying to reset yourself and come back, Richard.
I'm gonna play with my railroad.
You were just a waitress in that cocktail bar when I met you. I ran so far away. Darn, I wanted to talk to
And Jeff, she let me do this after my back surgery. So now I just have to get things cleaned up that I'm, mobile.
Yeah, there's a limit to how long you can take up the dining room table.
Well, the table is full of train stuff beside the layout.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Hi, honey.
That is not the end of it.
Well,
I'm dead. If you guys don't see me tomorrow, please call the cops.
No, you already told us. Oh, wait, no, it's Monday we won't see you. Well, that's when it's going to happen. You're fine tomorrow. You already said we won't see you Monday anyhow. So she's got all of Monday to bury you.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bury you, change your name, get a passport.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm missing that beat already. Bring him back. German techno pop, man. We're going retro.
Yeah, we are.
He's in a place called Dapto, and of course everybody knows Dapto around here. We call Dapto a hole. So while you're in a hole, you struggle to get out, and the signal is very.
We're everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, I've got to do some cleaning up in here too. I've got to get myself organised. But for some reason, I mean, I'll get certain visitors come here, and that desk of mine and my dining room table gets just all cluttered all the time, and it's not for me. I just put stuff on there to stop them from putting more stuff on it. Yeah. So anyway, I think we were slowly running out. I am gonna
Bye off the rails.
Bye off the rails.
Okay, off the rails. See you later.
Off the rails is off the network.
Yeah. You take care of yourself over on the other side of the coast there, bud.
Peace out off the rails.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get myself in order too. I mean, it's already going lunchtime here. Well, it's just about lunchtime over.
It's just about midnight 30. It's only 11. I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's
it's an hour and 9 minutes until his birthday.
Yeah.
We're getting closer.
Yeah, well, at least it's after lunchtime now.
Another year older and deeper in debt.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to. I'm going to call it a wrap. It's 3 hours. Anything was going to go this long?
No, it wasn't a rap. It was a techno pop.
Techno pop. Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah. Literally.
So I appreciate you having me, Artie.
You're welcome. You're welcome to come on anytime I'm on here, mate. Yeah.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
You're welcome to come on here anytime he's not on here, too.
Anthony, thank you. Oh, wait, I got to point this way.
Yeah, that too. If I'm not here.
Hey, watch where you're sticking that finger. You're a plumber, not a proctologist.
Wait, where is it? Where'd it go? I lost it. Artie, that one could hurt us.
Soon I'll be able to go like that, but I mean, I'll go like that. It's giving me a bit of havoc.
Hey, Artie, make sure those fingers are facing this way. We know in the UK world and you colonials what happens when you flip that around. We know what that means. At least some of us do.
Well,
for those of you who don't know, this is the UK flip off.
Well, to me,
this
for me here, this around here means put the volume up.
This.
Get your fingers straight. Yeah,
no, don't do that one. That one's politically incorrect. Yeah. You know.
Hang on.
Hey, Plumber, what's your first name? It's Plumber.
Steven.
Ah, we have a name.
I don't know where the little thing is. Hang on.
I already knew.
Oh, creepy. I thought you knew that one already.
Sorry.
The other one that I got away from right.
I'm sorry. I did not know I was supposed to give you everybody's name immediately.
Because it's so
Anthony. That's supposed to go in the nightly rundown when you have that briefing.
I don't even know what she's got to come down. The only thing that I know is that she will come. She shows up usually sometime around 5 o'clock to 5:10 on my live streams on Fridays.
Yeah.
And that's the best part of the show.
Grand entrance. She makes a grand
Good
entrance.
job.
I'm here. And
now you're just here. I think that's
likes to sit and watch her rock.
Well, not just for you. Oh, sugar.
Yeah.
Funny human city. I can see now I'm never going to live this one down, but you're correct, brother.
Look, we all come in here to have fun. We all come here to let our hair down and everything else. I mean,
I'm gonna have to get a shirt now with Steven spelled PH in the front just because of Heath. You know.
Oh yeah, I'll get a gift.
Mr. Luxury Yacht. That's not how it's pronounced. I'm sorry, Mr. Luxury Yacht. No, it's spelled Luxury Yacht, but it's pronounced Throat Wobbler Mangrove.
That's pretty good. Artie, we'll let you finish your closing sentiments. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Again, thank you for coming on, Plumber. It was actually great having you on. Everybody can now now's. Sorry.
Hey, you just spit at Joyce.
No, I spat at your feet, not hers.
No stress, Rick.
You're always welcome to come on board when I'm here. And it was great to put your face to your name. And,
thanks, Artie.
I'm usually have an open house. Most people are welcome to come in. The ones that are not, I just lock the back door. But some of them still come in. Tomorrow we got
with the rabbit, and they talked the rabbit into unlocking it.
Oh no!
I didn't hear that. I'm just smiling to be.
No. The rabbit's working up to her chores. She attacks the other one of the guests. Literally nips them by the ankles.
What? Behind the rabbit? It is the rabbit! It's the beast of Kyr Banog. What? Behind the rabbit? It is the rabbit!
It is the rabbit. Yeah, watch the rabbit. It's so violent. I mean, look at the bloodbath of Monty Python, and look at the bloodbath they done over in the
but to be a flesh wound.
Yeah.
Flesh wound your whole arms off. No, it isn't. What's that then?
Come back and fight me like. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were done.
Well, this is the way it is.
Trying to be done.
Artie's trying to be done, but we're not letting him go yet.
Nice.
I know. I'm bad. I have the gift of gab here. Diarrhea of the mouth, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
it can go both ways.
Rick's got all that. Rick's worked it out. The rabbit is the bouncer.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
To you.
And all I got to do is give it extra banana treats, and it's all about it. It's cool. But yeah, again, thank you very much. We come in here to have fun on the weekend. We do trains. We do come off the rails by trains, but it's a modeling group, so we all get together.
It is.
Have fun, have a
I
laugh.
thought it was a book club.
Check this out. I got the deck finished, and I had to 3D print a fireplace.
I don't think that's what your wife meant when she said, build me a deck.
No, but this is what she's going to get. Shh. Don't let her know.
So you're doing a free house.
So
yep.
Where's that? So tell us, in which jungle is that going in?
It's going in this jungle right here. And when I get the
It's got quite a jungle.
hold on, let me get the phone back out here. When I get this turnout removed and the nickel silver track, this is going to go somewhere in this area.
No, I meant, is that going to be going up in the Smoky Mountains or the Rocky Mountains, the Amazon, Congo?
I'm going to call it my dining room mountains.
Oh, okay.
It's my layout is not based on anything, you know. I think Nathan Daly said it the best in one of my comments. It looked like Jurassic Park, and that was one of my main inspirations, you know, the islands of Hawaii that they filmed Jurassic Park in. I love it.
Yeah.
Never got to visit, would like to. So
well, the whole thing is, I mean, you look at it, you use your imagination of the scene that you would like to see, that you see in your head. And as someone was saying in one of the magazines many, many years ago, this hobby really, I mean, it's like painting, but you're creating your vision in 3D art.
I can see that, yeah.
You know, and that's one thing I liked about this hobby. Like on my layout, the old layout that I had in my bedroom, which I had on 2 weeks ago, when I created one spot, the scene of it, when I created section on the layout and took a photo of this first steam engine that I had running on it. My stepsister Brenda, that lived in Spartanburg, South Carolina. She showed me some photos of Tweetsy Railroad. I mean, some of the Americans on the East Coast would have heard about Tweetsy. It's a small mining railroad. And a photo of this train going past the fence looked very similar to the scene that I made. It's like my brain was already there.
That's cool.
Before I actually seen it. And you'd be amazed at what you would actually create in your own room on a scene that somewhere in the world that place will exist pretty similar to what you've already created.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, I know mine has to resemble something somewhere, but I don't know that I've yet seen it. Hopefully it will be revealed to me the same way, Artie.
I don't use imagination, but I do use alternative realities. Well, that doesn't help. The cocaine kicks in.
You see the plumber, you see your waterfall there.
Yes.
Right. See how you got the ledge on your waterfall?
Yeah, I have the one waterfall, and it should split into two when I'm done.
Yeah. Now, one of the areas which I am going to model on my actual home layout, not this one, the next one that I'm going to build on when I'm in the permanent home. Stump House Mountain. I might do a little series. I might put some photos of that.
Please.
There's a waterfall called Isaquin Falls there, and it's actually got a little cave before a ledge up near the top of the fall. Right?
Yeah.
Now, she was actually running away from her tribe, and she ran on the waterfall, and she knew about this ledge. So she made it out that she jumped off the waterfall. But she actually went onto the ledge and fell in behind the waterfall.
Oh, my God.
So while all the tribe that were going in after her, because she was going to warn her white man lover about the pending attack of the Indians. So that's why her tribe was after her. But she went hiding behind the waterfall. Because water was cascading so much, they couldn't see her. They thought that she actually went over the fall and gone down with the water.
So they were hunting downstream for her.
Yeah, but she was at the top watching down on her. Yeah, it's Stump House Mountain. It's in South Carolina. You look it up, you'll see the waterfalls and that, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
And you're saying it looks like mine?
Yeah, not as wide, but
gotcha.
It's got the same set with a ledge and a bit of a cave inside of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah. So your brain's already been there.
It has been there.
Hang on, Rick, stop lying. We do not have a welcome sign to people from Michigan. We just say you're now entering Ohio. We do not say welcome. We don't welcome people from Michigan and Ohio. We just have to let them in. The government won't let us.
That's funny.
And on the way out, it's got us. On your way out.
Yeah, and if you're going from Ohio to Michigan, it says Michiganders don't come back.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for leaving.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, gentlemen. We have dragged this out for a long time. It is my time to bow out. It has been a real pleasure. Thank you all.
Welcome in the time
everybody
again.
in the chat. So, go ahead. Sorry.
And I'm also going to say adios. And we'll see you guys next weekend. And hopefully I'll get some shots up during the week, and I'll catch up to everybody's videos. So
peace out, Artie. Peace out, Anthony. Yeah.
Good night, everyone. And good day to all the
If I missed you, I'm sorry. Peace.
Goodbye.
Peace. Bye.